It was a come-from-behind effort for the Sea Unicorns on Monday night to take the series opener. A statement victory, including 5 runs here in this 4th inning. The top of the order getting the job done. Kenny Noe, Caden Williamson going 5 for 8. That 1-2 punch at the top of the order. And this man right here, the Quinnipiac Bobcat, Caden Williamson, named Futures League Player of the Night. Honors double, triple, 3 RBIs for himself, helping lead the Norwich attack. And then Sean Flannery would lock down the save, strike out the side, and the Sea Unicorns would celebrate a series opening victory last night. The Lake Monsters showing why they're the top offense in the Futures League in the early goings this summer. Get it going with a 5-run second inning, and they would separate themselves early on. A big win for the Vermont offense, a 7-2 victory last night. It sets up a rubber match here on this Wednesday night at Dodd Stadium. It's Rubber Match Wednesday. We wrap things up against the Vermont Lake Monsters. Both teams trading blows in the first two games of this three-game set. Good evening, baseball fans. Adam Plager, Logan Rundy with you on the Capital Property Group pregame show. And Logan, boy, stark difference. Game one, game two. You got to love it. A rubber match to close out the homestand.
Yeah, absolutely. The energy shifted last night over to Vermont. They're going to come into this game with that energy, and we have to find a way, the Sea Unicorns do, to take it back somehow. We had it all on Monday. We had everything going, whether it be the fans, the pitching, the base running, the hitting, whatever that may be. They took everything and more back last night. We got to find a way to get it done tonight to have a 500 homestand.
I think this series has to make you get a little excited too. It's a great challenge because they proved on Monday night they can hang with the best in the Futures League. Boy, they show that they could be the top dog in this league when they bring the energy. And let's talk about the energy. Boy, Vermont, despite their loss, they're a group that plays with so much energy throughout their lineup. But the Sea Unicorns found a way on Monday night, and I think that's an encouraging sign.
Yeah, absolutely. And they found their way on Monday night, and it was big, right? After a loss on Sunday, you come back, you get a win, right? And then last night you lose, and now you got to come back with a win again. You don't always want to play in this situation. However, this is the situation we're in. I actually think this is probably the most important game we've played so far because I think it determines a lot. We're going on the road for the next 3 days after this. We've been good on the road. However, when you lose 3 out of 4 at home and then you have to go on a road trip, that can be a little bit draining. So you have to win tonight, find a way to draw even at 500, then go on the road and win some games.
Well, it feels like this game carries so much weight, not only to go on the road with some energy, but more importantly, get back to 500 right here at Dodd Stadium on this big 4-game homestand. You want to feel good about yourself going out on the road. You see New Britain a couple of times. You see Worcester as well. Those are teams you're looking up at the standings. Have to have swagger going to the ballpark.
You have to have swagger, and I think you got to come with energy, and more importantly, you have to come with confidence. I thought last night at times the body language and the confidence wasn't there, and I don't know why, right? Because we played really well on Monday, and these guys are all capable of doing that, right? So come to the ballpark, have a little bit of swagger, as you mentioned, maybe carry your shoulders a little higher than they normally do. Even if you got to fake it, find a way just to bring that energy somehow, get back to 500.
Setting the tone. Boy, it's everything in baseball. How do you do that in this game tonight?
Well, you started off with Eric Mathewson in the first inning. You got to find a way to get out of that inning with no runs on the board, minimize the hits, and then get the bats in your favor, right? You got to go even into that first inning, the bottom of that is, right? You cannot be down. We don't play extremely well from behind. A lot of teams are good at it. We do it much better on the road than we do here for whatever reason. That being said, if we are down, you have to take it right back. You can't let them go 2, 3, 4 innings with it because we're just going to dwindle and dwindle like any team would. You got to be strong from the start, and that's important.
Well, let's go back to last night. Strong from the start, Vermont was last night. A huge second inning. Felt like it just changed the trajectory of last night's game.
Oh, it absolutely did. When you find yourself 5 runs down after 2 innings and you haven't even gotten 2 plate appearances yet as a team, you have to find a way, right? At that point, you got to crawl and fight, and it just felt like we were getting punch after punch taken to us. We never were able to throw them back until a little bit later in the game. You got to throw them back a little bit earlier, even if it's 1. I think that's the big thing right now is we're trying to get everything back in one shot. That is not going to happen, especially in this ballpark with it's so big and 400-plus feet over to center field. Simple swing, simple offense.
From that second inning last night, Vermont has hit the baseball very well. 18 hits over the first 2 games of this series, but that is the same for both sides, but they have been timely hits.
They've been timely hits, and we had them on Monday. They had them yesterday. Now we got to find a way to come back with them today. They're going to have a couple of timely ones. They're going to put runs on the board. We have never shut them out. In the history of this organization, we have never shut them out. So you have to find a way to minimize their attack. You are not going to stop it. Find a way to have small victories every single inning, and then make big victories when you hit.
Speaking of big victories, boy, big moment in the game last night. 3-2 pitch from Bushley. It was a borderline call. It went against him. Boy, it felt like it changed everything in that inning.
It did, and I thought it was a ball, right? It did miss. Just barely missed, but it did, right? But I think after Bush kind of reacted to it, had a few choice words for the umpire, I really thought it changed the momentum. If he was calm and composed in that moment, I thought he would have been fine. And Bush is normally a really composed guy. I just think the emotion got the best of him, and that happens to pitchers sometimes. But in those moments that don't go our way, we have to find a way to pull it back our way as well. That's the big thing right now. If we find a way to pull it back, even if it's not the cleanest inning, which obviously it wasn't with 5 runs on the board, got to somehow find a way to take a positive.
Well, I felt like he nearly helped Norwich get out of it, struck out the next batter he faced, and then all of a sudden, a couple of hits, bases are loaded, and Tyler Wiltsey, a bases clearing triple, poked it down the line in right field. He found a good spot to hit it, backside swing, and all of a sudden it was 5-0.
Yeah, the guys on base were extremely quick with it too, able to read the ball in the corner. It's a hard corner to dig out of. It's, especially with the wall and the bullpen being here, it can be a little bit more challenging. I thought Caden Williamson did a good job. I think just the ball did some crazy things, and it ended up being a bases clearing triple, right? So a couple more runs would come in, and that's where you lost it, right? Find a way to minimize that. Tonight, if that happens, which it may, don't let the other runners score, right? Keep it to what the runs were, simplify the game, and relax. I think that's the big thing. Just got to relax and enjoy it. It's summer ball.
Well, speaking of relaxing, let's talk about Seamus Kelly. So easy to settle down when you have a 5-0 lead after the second inning. I thought he controlled the game from there.
He did. The fastball was working. That two-seam action was great. Away from lefties, inside to righties, and you saw a couple of pop-ups, a bunch of weak contact throughout the day as well. He was awesome, and you knew he was going to be good. I don't think anybody expected him to be that good last night. However, he turned it on, and credit to him. Pitchers are going to do that to teams sometimes. Unfortunately, we were on the receiving end of that last night.
He controlled counts, and he threw strike one. Very rarely got behind in counts. Didn't walk anybody as well.
Yeah, he didn't walk anybody, and that's big time, right? If you don't walk anybody, you've already won the battle, pretty much. If they get 5, 6, or more hits off you, give them credit, right? That's going to happen. But if you give out the free passes, or your defense gives out the free passes via the error, you are putting yourself in a bad spot. Seamus Kelly did an excellent job yesterday of putting himself in a really good spot, and they won the game.
Let's go to the game comparison. The stats are now in the history book from both games. Both sides with 18 hits through the first 2 games of this series. But here's the one that'll get you runners in scoring position. Norwich was 400 with runners in scoring position on Monday. Yesterday, just 1 for 6, hit 167.
Well, you only got 6 opportunities. I think that's the bigger picture, right? It's really hard to convert with runners in scoring position, and I think when you only get 6 chances at it, you feel a little tight. When you hit 400 on Monday, obviously we saw what happened. There are going to be runs on the board. Put yourself in a better position, make the outs productive, and maybe you raise that number.
Now, how do you make the adjustment here today? How do you shift the approach at the plate against Burrows on the mound tonight?
Yeah, Burrows is going to be really good, right? So you're going to have to find ways to make productive outs, use the whole field like I've been saying all year. I feel like a broken record at times. However, I think it's just not pressing. You got to stay composed. Eric Mathewson is going to give you good energy. That is a guarantee. It is going to be hopefully a bonus that he gives you a great start as well. Relax, play the game. At the end of the day, this is Summer League baseball. You have to enjoy it, and you have to enjoy how you're getting better as well. I think the more fun we have, the better we're going to be.
Let's talk about some of the bright spots. There were still some positives last night, and Kieran Doyle, I thought he was exceptional out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he was awesome last night, and I think he just controlled the zone. And I think he was having fun. I really do. I think he was just lighthearted, being able just to go out there and pitch. Obviously, he was in a situation where it wasn't really a tight situation as well, which is always helpful. He found a way, though, to just keep the energy up as best as he could, pitch the ball really well.
And I thought he had a lot of juice on his fastball, too. A different character than the one we saw last summer in 2025. You liked his mechanics. What was it mechanically that allowed him to be so successful?
It was just balanced, I thought. I thought everything was kind of direct towards the plate. When your shoulders are square, you're going to do a good job. When they're not, you're going to go glove side, high. When you're leading the other way, you'll go low and away. So, again, you have to find ways to take the positives. The mechanics were really good. Not everybody had great mechanics last night. However, I think everybody should take a positive after their bullpen or start or whatever it was.
Yeah, 2 scoreless innings for him last night. Struck out 3, didn't walk anybody. Great stuff from him. And then on the offensive side, defensive side as well, David Pengel. What a night from him. I think a breakout night for him. He's starting to go a little bit right now.
Yeah, he really is. And again, with another start here tonight, he's going to have a momentum, a little bit of a runway, if you will. He's going to be out in the outfield, hopefully trying to run around a little bit, make some plays, give him that confidence. He made 2 really good ones last night with the 8-5 putout and that play where he was going back to the track and came in a little bit. Didn't look the prettiest, however, he made the play. And then on the base pass, he's an absolute weapon for managers that get you.
Yeah, he's got hits in 3 straight games. Simple, productive at-bats, but so compact. He's so short through the baseball.
He is, and he's a taller guy, too. So a lot of taller guys have longer swings. However, he's so quick. He's athletic. He's a little bit lower to the ground as well, the way he puts his body in the batter's box. An advantage to him because he's a lefty as well, able to book it down the line a little bit quicker.
Something I want to talk about really quickly. Compete level. So important. I think he competes. Doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's a ball hit out to him, a play that he's got to make. he competes as hard as anybody.
And he does, but he doesn't let anything get to him. He was the same guy in the outfield last night when we were tied at 0 at one point, and then you find a way, you're down 7 runs. He's the same guy, and that's the best mental side of it as well. The best baseball players are always going to be the ones that are the same through every situation, whether you're 0 for 4, 4 for 4, you make an error in the outfield, and you make the greatest play of your life. And he did a great job of that last night.
He certainly did. I know you love talking some Fairfield Stags. We will talk a little about the Fairfield product. It's coming up right after this. This Capital Property Group pregame coverage continues in just a moment.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
We're rolling right along. Capital Property Group pregame show. Adam Plager, Logan Rundy. Let's do it 4th time here. This homestand wrapping up. Let's talk a little Fairfield Stags. I know you love them.
My favorite. It's great. Let's do it.
Carter Grand. Boy, he's come out of his shell, especially this homestand. What's been the difference?
I think just a confidence thing. I think he's been more interactive kind of with everybody, and I think he's a naturally shy guy. He's a really cool kid, composed, but I think it takes him a little bit to kind of get warmed up in everything, right? And that's a good thing, in my opinion, just to feel your way out, and he really has done that. Struggled really early on in the year just on the offensive side. Made a couple of errors in the last couple of weeks. However, he's been absolutely money on both sides, and we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, he's hitting the cover off the baseball right now. I mean, confidence is everything. He's got so much right now going to the plate.
It is. He made a play on Monday night where he dove over to his glove side, fired it over to first base. That's just a play that's going to turn your season around. Even though it's so small and it's only 1 out in a 27-out game, right? You have to find a way to find a little moments of confidence. Carter's one of those guys that feeds off it.
How does that light you up? You can always compete defensively and make a huge play defensively. And correct me if I'm wrong. Playing great defense is something you can do every night. You can go 0 for 4. You can find yourself in a 5-game hitless skid, but if you're making web gem plays, boy, that's got to make you feel good about your game.
It does, and I think it really translates to the other side as well, especially when you're either coming up to bat in that inning or the next one. You just have a swagger to you, as you previously alluded to. So finding a way just to find a little bit of swagger in those small moments is really going to pay dividends going forward.
Now let's roll the tape. I mean, this is fun stuff to watch. This has to make you excited about his game right now. He's not leaving the ballpark, but you don't have to do that. Hitting them hard on a line, finding outfield grass, and his swing right now is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's a really quick swing, and if he's on time, he's really good. A couple of hits to the opposite field. He's 4 of his last 9, a couple RBIs, 2 runs, a couple extra base hits in there, including a triple, which is really fun. He's just been a fun player to watch, especially in front of a packed crowd Monday night.
Yeah, and how about that hit on Monday night? That RBI triple. Boy, that's got to make you smile. It's got to light you up. Boy, what a swing that was. Boy, it helped change the momentum, the complexion of that baseball game. And when you see a guy that has really been so cold offensively start to heat up and get a big swing for you and turn that game around against the top team in this league, that's got to send a lightning rod through this clubhouse.
Oh, I thought it was probably the biggest play of the game on Monday night. You got everybody involved. The Norway fans were involved as much as we've mentioned them.
They're back
They're
tonight.
supposed to be back tonight. We'll see if that happens. Norway won 4-1 yesterday, so maybe they're still partying. So back to the baseball, I think it's important that moment was. I thought that was the most energized I had seen the dugout after that triple. So he's just a guy that is quiet with his voice, but he makes a lot of noise with his bat.
Let's get those stats up there on your screen. 444. Are you kidding me? What an average 4 for his last 9. 3-game hitting streak. He's right back in there. You can't take him out of the lineup right now.
You can't. I mean, when you have guys that are doing it right, it was the same conversation we had about Kenny and Caden Williamson yesterday when they had a great game on Monday night. You can't take him out. Carter Grand's the same thing.
Let's talk about the team defense. Carter Grand is going to be a part of the series of highlights. No errors over the last 2 games. It has changed the way this team has been playing right now. They're not giving away extra outs. Sure, there's been a couple of walks to shoot here and there, a couple of wild pitches. But controlling the controllables, I thought they've been great in that area.
Well, they have, and the defense was a point of emphasis at home here especially. I mean, throughout the year, of course, but when you play well defensively in front of your home crowd, they'll feed off you. I think at times it was a little hostile, the crowd, when the errors were being made. You know, there's 6 errors last week against Lowell, right? That's a lot. That fielding percentage was way low. The discrepancies between road and home was almost 7.5% at one point. And when you start to tighten that up, again, that's just going to be a contributor to that confidence you have moving forward. Eric Mathewson is going to put some balls in play. You're going to be challenged again tonight to make those plays, and you have to do so.
Let's show the fans them making those plays defensively. Kenny Noe, boy, hands of butter. Last night, the first out of the ball game, Brandon O'Neill had a knockdown, a lightning rod headed his direction. It was a BB. Boy, he made a great play. You're talking about the outfielders making the plays. The infield outfield work before games has also been a difference maker for this group. But run me through this tape right now, what you've been seeing.
It's really good, and I think Brendan O'Neill is reading the ball as soon as it hit, right? A lot of the third basemen that have played over there on our side this year have not read the ball off the bat. They're reading it too late. Instead of being attentive and take action, they're being reactive. You never want to be a reactive in any phase of the game here in baseball, but defensively you have to be aggressive, especially when the ball is on you the quickest over at third base. I thought Brendan O'Neill's been excellent there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I should get ahead of myself. I think we have some defensive plays of the year candidates right now on this tape, not just for the Sea Unicorns, but in the Futures League. Hear me out. David Pengel, cannon over to third base, 8-5. Are you kidding me? And Carter Grand, glove side, slide, pick it up, make a play at first base. I mean, I don't know. Are those candidates to be plays of the year? I know we're only in June. We haven't even played 20 games, but boy, terrific stuff.
And they might be very well when it comes August to really make those choices. They very well could be. However, I think you have to use them here internally as momentum points. Sure, I hope it figures itself out and those guys get rewarded for their quality plays. But use them now as the team in these next couple of months just to continue to build on them.
You know, we're going to be needing some more defense here tonight. We're going to take a moment. We'll step aside. When we do come back, it's been a little bit. Zach Gitcher is going to join this man right here. The Clubhouse Report is next.
You buy better.
Better with Burns.
Much better.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Welcome to the Clubhouse Report. Zach Gitcher is back with us after a couple of days of being with Joe DeLanzo. Gitch, obviously a good win on Monday. Last night was not the result we were looking for. How do you bounce back to win the series here at home?
No, I think it all just starts from the energy in the dugout. I think Monday we came out a little bit flat at first, and then we got to those later innings. Once we started to put something together, we started to bring some life to the team, and I think that's where the guys thrive. Is again, like I can't stress enough the energy. Levels need to go up. Like yesterday, I felt like, we gave the 5 spot and then another 2 spots, so we're down 7, and the energy was just kind of flat. And I think from my perspective, like that's something that I need to be better at. And for me, like I got to find a way to get these guys energetic and into the game a little more.
As a former player sitting in their shoes, how would you address that now on the manager's side? How do you maintain that for 60-plus games?
I think it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I think these guys are still, like I've seen changes from day 1 to day 17 or 18, whatever game we're in now. And I think for me, it's just like, starting to let things kind of work their way out on their own for right now. And then, there will definitely come a point in time where it's like, hey, like we got to really pick it up, guys. Like we've got 40 games left or 30 games left, whatever it is. And like, it's what you make of it. Like, if you guys want to just sit here every day, come in the dugout and just hang out, like, we can do that. But I'll tell you right now, like, we're a better, or if not the best team in the league when we bring the energy and bring the juice. So I think that resonates with them too when you're personable with them rather than just kind of tearing them down the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about some of the plays that have energized this team. Defensively, there were no errors last night, one of the first times that's happened this year. Let's talk about it. A couple of good plays throughout the last couple of days. Carter Brand made a diving stop a couple of nights ago. Kenny Noe's been really good over at shortstop. How can you take those positives and feed off that energy for the next however many games?
Well, first off, I mean, I'd like to give a little bit of credit to our coaching staff in the sense of, like, Joe DeLanzo's been out here with guys for early work, getting them on a clock, getting them to, like, understand that, like, runners are running here. And I think for some of our guys, we got a little lax, think it's summer ball, and it's like, yep, we kind of hot dog it, throw the ball over. Next thing you know, a guy beats it out or whatever, and then things snowball. So Joe, Ben, Reg have done a really good job at getting these guys a little more prepared in that sense. And I think for us, like, whenever you make a big play like that, like, guys go nuts for it. Like, I think Carter made a dive and stop in game one off of Fitzgerald, who hit a ball really hard. And, like, that's what brings the energy. Like, that's what we need to feed off of. And I think those defensive plays are what's keeping us in games right now. Like, yesterday was a 7-2 game, but, like, Coach B said it to me today. Like, we had the same amount of hits. They had one more error than we did. They just had the big inning.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 hits aside, you had double digit the night before. Offense is starting to roll. Everything is here, but how do you put it together?
And I think it comes down to when I look at our pitching staff, like, I think our pitching staff is really good. I just got to find a way to put the puzzle pieces together. I think right now we're trying to get some guys up to be starters and just really trying to get quality starts out of them. I think, Bushley has been good in a lot of big moments. And then it struggled in other moments. So it's like, where can I make the adjustment? Where can I talk to him or other guys that are struggling right now in certain outings? How can I get them better? So I think those conversations are going to be had, and then we're just going to try to find ways to keep the bullpen moving and the arms moving. Because I think yesterday, so that one big inning and then another small inning, and otherwise, like, you take away that big inning, it's a 2-2 game.
Yeah, Vermont scored 7 runs over the second and the third inning. One of those guys that comes out of the bullpen normally, but that will get the ball tonight is Eric Mathewson. What are you looking for him tonight?
I think he is the testament of an energetic guy, a clubhouse guy, like, one of the best teammates I've seen from a coaching standpoint. And I think, like, he's going to go out there, he's going to give you all he's got for as many innings as he can, and he's never going to want you to take the ball out of his hand. And I think that's what I'm looking for out of guys. And from what I've seen from everyone so far, like, there's not a guy that wants to give the ball up. And I think Eric's going to give us a good one tonight.
Absolutely. Eric Mathewson not only trying to bring it on the mound, but bring the energy here into Dodd Stadium. The Sea Unicorns are looking to go 500 for the homestand as they play Game 3 against Vermont tonight. This has been the Clubhouse Report with manager Zach Gitcher.
Great stuff, as always, by you. Clubhouse Report. You knock it out of the park every time.
Appreciate it.
Zach Gitcher designs the lineup card for the Norwich Sea Unicorns, and we see some familiarity back at the top. Henry Ayers gets back in the lineup. He's going to do the catching tonight. He told me he loves being back there. He's so involved in the game by catching. It's going to be important to see that back get going once again.
It is, and it's going to be important, right? Again, when the catchers hit, same thing with Luke Maltasia last night. You just have to find a way to put it in play at this point. It'll be plus if you hit, 2 for 4 or 1 for 4, that's a win. But if you just find the ball in play, make productive outs, move runners over, I'm happy.
Caden Williamson hits right behind him. You've really loved what he's been doing at the plate.
Oh, he's been awesome. We were able to talk with him yesterday during the 90 feet episode. He's just the same guy every single time, whether he's 0 for 4, 1 for 4. Last night was not his best game, so we'll see how he comes back.
Michael Fiataroni, speaking of guys that want to have a bounce back night, he's revved up to get back in there. He's going to play some shortstop tonight as well.
Yeah, and our win on Monday, he was not awesome. However, I think he was within himself yesterday. Still good energy in the dugout when he was off. Being able to get back in the lineup, sometimes a day off benefits you.
Here's a guy that is going right now, Matt Park. He's in cleanup. You can't take him out of the lineup right now. He also left the yard during batting practice today.
Yeah, he's really fun to watch, and he's been capable of that. That's the third ball he's hit out of the yard in batting practice this year. I'm excited to see the first one leave.
I know that you're always excited to see Carter Grand. He's hitting 5th. He's had a lot of success batting 5th and playing second base. And then right behind him, Brandon O'Neill's had a lot of success at Dodd Stadium, but also batting 6th at third base. How much does that continuity help when you see the same guy who's red hot right now Same spot in the lineup, same spot defensively.
It's good. I think with those two guys, they're playing really well on the defensive side, and they're giving us some offensive points as well. When you see them back to back, you're confident, but also at the same time, you got to be consistent.
Every time we see TJ Bear in the lineup, more times than not, you're going to see him hit seventh. He's going to do that, but he's playing right field today. Normally we see him play some center field, a little different outfield too. Caden Williamson is going to move over, play left field. What do those changes do?
Well, I mean, obviously with Pengel playing so well, he's going to be in the middle, right? So when you go from center to right, you have a lot less ground to cover. However, the communication has to be a lot better. With Pengel being so fast and TJ having some wheels as well, there are going to be some balls that they're going to converge on tonight. Same thing on the other side with Caden Williamson. You got to give Pengel the balls at this point, right? And make the plays you're supposed to make, and the defensive alignment's essentially neutral at that point.
Paul Calandrelli will be the DH, and David Pengel put him right back where he enjoys being batting ninth. I mean, scrap that. He's a second leadoff hitter for this team. He's getting on base. He's playing center field.
Yeah, Paul's great. I think I'm looking for him to get a little more going here. The confidence for me is what it is for him. I think obviously as a catcher, you're not getting in there every single day. You know, you're on your feet for a game, and then you kind of maybe get a couple days off, right? After Luke Maltasia did the catch in the last 2 nights, he's back in there tonight. Again, just something simple. Put the ball the other way, get yourself a hit to get yourself going, and then with Pengel, obviously just do the stuff you've been doing.
Hey, we're looking for that to be a winning combination here tonight. Get Eric Mathewson a win as well on the rubber. You're going 90 feet with Eric Mathewson.
90 feet with Eric Mathewson. Eric, I have to know, even on start day, even on off days, you have the same energy every time.
Yes, sir.
What makes you the same every time?
Just love being here, you know? Just love being with my guys, love playing baseball, love the game. Drives me to be here every day and give my best effort.
Yeah, absolutely. And being a bullpen guy and a starter, how do you stay prepared for both?
Just ready for anything, you know? Always keep my body right, always stay healthy, try to get enough sleep at night, and just be ready for whenever Gish calls my number, whatever he needs from me.
100%. And today you're starting. So take me through what the day looks like from the moment you wake up to the moment you get on the mound.
Yeah, woke up at 6 a.m. like every Monday to Friday. I work at Woodstock Academy, plug. Work maintenance over there, so I had a long day doing some work. Now I got here, chilled on the couch for a little bit, got a little cat nap. Now I'm about to go shove, give it my all.
Absolutely. With this Vermont team, great offense you're going to see tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, without giving too much away, what's the approach?
Just get ahead, you know, throw strike one, try to work off of that. Whether it's a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, whatever pitch it is, strike one, try to throw something off of that and further the count and get ahead of everybody.
Absolutely. This Vermont team can hit, and they hit the ball hard. In moments where you guys got people on the base paths when you're on the mound, how do you keep composed all the time?
I got seven guys behind me that would die for me. There's no better feeling than having these guys behind me. I know they got my back through anything.
100%. Eric Mathewson ready to shove tonight against Vermont. It is game 3. It is the rubber match. He will have the ball for that. Norwich looking for win number 3 at home. Adam, back to you.
Great stuff from you as always. 90 feet, Eric Mathewson, always a good time. And I know our fans always enjoy Moments with Mike. It's time for tonight's Moment with Mike.
Welcome back to the Capital Property Group pregame show. Moments with Mike with yours truly, Mike Neville. And ladies and gentlemen, the way that I'm throwing this ball up in the air, you might think that I'm about to throw the nastiest slider and get the Sea Unicorns a win. Well, you see, I'm going to be in the broadcast booth, but who will be on the mound tonight is Eric Mathewson. He's got a lot of history here at Dodd Stadium. He has 10 career starts throughout high school and with his AAU team, the Connecticut Mustangs. He will be making his first start here at Dodd Stadium as a member of the Norwich Sea Unicorns. And like I said, a lot of history for the young man. He won the ECC championship here with a walk-off hit, and he was also the winning pitcher in that game. So a lot of good memories for Mathewson, looking to keep the good times rolling for himself here at Dodd and get the Sea Unicorns their 3rd win in the Rose of New England this season. I'm ready. You're ready. I know Plager's ready. We're going to send this one back to him. It's Sea Unicorn Baseball Midweek Ballpark Bundle. This has been the Capital Property Group pregame show. Moments with Mike, Sea Unicorn Baseball, right around the corner.
We know that Eric Mathewson is looking to lead us to a victory tonight. Great stuff as always, Mike Neville. His Moment with Mike, but I know that you have your locks to victory. Lead us back to the win column.
Always have two. Number one is bring the energy. We talked about it all pregame show. You must have energy, even when we're down tonight. It might happen at some point. This Vermont team is excellent on both sides of the ball. You have to be prepared for that, and especially when you're up, you got to keep it going for all 9 innings. Number two is have a plan. What I mean by that, you have to have an approach in the offensive side of the ball. Here's what I mean. In the 7th inning last night, we had 3 guys come to the plate. 2 seamers, all that was thrown by the Vermont pitching staff. We popped it up 3 times. We never learned from the mistake, right? I didn't think there was a lot of approach from the lineup last night. Have a plan when you go up there. If you have to deviate it with 2 strikes, fine. But you got to have something in place to start.
I love it. We're looking forward to it. Midweek ballpark bundle. Let's wrap it up. 4-game homestand. The Sea Unicorns and the Lake Monsters battle it out. The rubber match. It's up after this.
This has been a presentation of the Norwich Sea Unicorns pregame show, sponsored by Capital Property Group.
Perfect time. Oh my God.
3 years ago, history was made.
Picks and deals. Swing and a miss. There it is. It's over. The Sea Unicorns win. The Futures League runs through the Rose City.
2 years ago, they proved they could do it again. Third, he's gonna come all the way home and score! The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions. In 2025, a dynasty was born. A bouncer, Walsh charges in. He snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. Now the Sea Unicorns set sail for another chapter.
Thank you, Bill.
Norwich Sea Unicorn baseball is on the air from Dodd Stadium. A rubber match here tonight between the Sea Unicorns and the first place Vermont Lake Monsters. Friday night, plenty of fireworks for the Norwich offense, sounding off to the tune of a 7-3 win. Different story last night, Mike. The Lake Monsters flexing their muscles, 7 runs of their own. Tonight, the Sea Unicorns will hand the baseball over to Eric Mathewson, Eastern Connecticut State product out of East Hartford, Connecticut, on the mound here tonight. Very familiar with Dodd Stadium. A look at his numbers so far this summer for Norwich. A 8.31 ERA. 4 strikeouts to the 2 walks. First time this summer he's used as a starter, Mike.
And Mathewson, like you said, Adam, no stranger to playing here at Dodd Stadium. Has played 10 career games as a starter here at Dodd, from his high school days to his AAU days with the Connecticut Mustangs right down the road. He's a returner from 2025, and he's made a little bit of magic here at Dodd. Of course, with the ECC Championship in 2024, not only was he the winning pitcher, but he got the walk-off hit in that game. Mathewson looking to add even more to his history tonight. First time starting against a very game Vermont Lake Monsters. And let me tell you what, this is the guy I want them out in a situation like this.
Brings a lot of energy and fire. Last was out there June 13th at Westfield. Worked a scoreless inning. Struck a man out. Matt Fincher designs the lineup card for the Vermont Lake Monsters. His 12-6 group looking for lucky win number 13 here tonight. Brian Richmond, an all-star last summer, will lead it off at second base. James Schaefer has played in all 3 games this series. He's back there at the hot corner batting second. Jake Lopez as well out there in left field. He'll play for the second consecutive day. Hunter Strom in the cleanup spot. He'll be the DH. Thomas Moss does the catching and an RBI hit for himself yesterday. Tyler Welts had the bases clearing triple. He'll bat in the number 6 spot. James Henshin back in there, batting 7th. Travis Stroh in right field, bats 8th, with Patrick Shrake, the shortstop. He rounds out the lineup here tonight for the Lake Monsters. Back in there, alternate navy blue tops, the neon green numerals on the back. Richmond in the lefty box. Mathewson deals in strike 1, and that is so important for him tonight.
Richmond donor number 14, former number of legendary Lake Monster in the Futures League era, Kobe Brulette. Richmond has played the first 2 games of the series. He is hitless through 7 at-bats with 3 walks. Mathewson looking to take advantage of his struggles here in the Rose.
Vermont with 121 runs scored. That is tops in the Futures League, a 303 team average, skied in the air. Moving in, it is Caden Williamson today in left field. He'll make the grab on it. 1 down. Around the diamond defensively for the Unicorns here tonight. Brandon O'Neill back in the hot corner. Was great there last night defensively. Michael Fiataroni gets the duties at shortstop, the right side of the infield. Similar look. Carter Grand at second with Matt Park at first. The outfield from left to right. Caden Williamson in left field. David Pingle back out there in center field with TJ Bayer in right. It's Henry Ayers who has the catching duties with Eric Mathewson on the mound. Deals in ball 1 to the third baseman, James Schaefer.
Schaefer has also played in the first 2 games of the series here at Dodd. Had a phenomenal game last night where he had 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Arguably helped charge the Lake Monsters' win. Of course, we're in the rubber match of the series.
Fastball grooved in there on the outside corner. Mathewson offers a 4-seam fastball, curveball, slider, changeup combo. The high socks rolled up, showing those navy blue socks for Norwich tonight. Swatted away foul. Unicorns back in their home white tops and white bottoms. The Unicorns writing in cursive across the chest with the gold numbers on the back here today. Norwich at home this summer. 2-6, 2-2. That is on the ground foul, first base side. Here's Schaefer, the batter at the plate for Vermont. Top of the lineup for the Lake Monsters. Schaefer, so far this summer, batting .327.
The first 3 batters of the Lake Monsters and their whole lineup to start this game. Very, very deep lineup. You'll see production from everybody. Of course, Jake Fitzgerald getting the rest today after he's been a Sea Unicorn killer and one of the best players in the league.
Sliced foul on the right side. Schaefer battling right now. Vermont as a team has 10 members with batting averages over the 300 mark. They are eye-popping numbers. It is a full count, 3-2 on Schaefer. The pitch. Curveball on the third base side. It's going to trail foul. A wise idea by O'Neill to scoop it up in foul territory. Would have had no chance with the speedy Schaefer.
Not at all, Adam. And adding to the stats for this Lake Monster team, they lead the Futures League in hits this season with 108 and have been just a phenomenal team. You can see that the chemistry is absolutely immaculate. Of course, the Lake Monsters, a dangerous team year in and year out since their debut in the Futures League in 2020 when they won the championship under the late, great Pete Wilk, their first year here.
Full count offering one more time. It is taken on the outside corner. Eric Mathewson locks up James Schaefer, his first strikeout of the night, and there are 2 down.
And a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Schaefer must have been expecting something off speed, but an excellent start from Mathewson in his first career start in a Sea Unicorn uniform.
5th strikeout this summer for E-Money. He delivers a changeup in there at the knees for a called strike. Here's the batter, Jake Lopez, back out there in left field once again here tonight. Lopez out of Seton Hall and Oakland, New Jersey. Even count, it's a ball and a strike on Lopez.
Lopez had 8 at-bats for the last 2 games. He has 3 hits against the Sea Unicorns in this series and 1 RBI.
Cuts and misses for strike 2 and a chance for Mathewson to roll a scoreless first inning. Lopez this summer hitting .302. Righty on lefty. A chance for Mathewson to work a scoreless first. It's fouled back to the screen. And this pitching staff, Mike, no doubt about it, they set the tone for this group. When they have gotten 5 innings from their starters, they are a 3-2 group.
Themselves and the defense has really tuned it up a lot.
1-2. This is in the air, out to left field. It is playable for Keaton Williamson. Takes a step in, makes a grab, and that'll wrap it up. 1, 2, 3 for Eric Mathewson. Retires Vermont in the first. The Norwich offense when we return. Sea Unicorns baseball streaming live. SNSN Sports and the Futures League Network.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Ready to go here. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless work for Eric Mathewson. Look at the starter here today, Chase Burrow out of Babson College. A 5.40 ERA, 8 in the third innings worked. 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2-1 record. Certainly can be victim of the free pass. Sea Unicorns will kick it off with Henry Ayers. He'll start it out for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Back at the top of the lineup for Norwich here tonight.
Henry Ayers with a hot start to the season, batting .281 with 4 RBIs. His last 2 games on 7-10 and the 14th, he has gone hitless. Although Gitch and the Sea Unicorn staff trust him as their leadoff man, of course, coming off a phenomenal collegiate season at Monmouth.
Theirs was incredible at Middlebury, lined in the air out to left field on the run, making the grab on it out there is Jake Lopez, one down. A look at the lineup card tonight for Zach Gitcher. Caden Williamson will dig into the righty box, batting second in left field. Michael Fiataroni is the shortstop, hitting third. Matt Park at first in the cleanup spot. Carter Grand batting fifth once again at second base. Brandon O'Neill at third, hit sixth. T.J. Bayer out there in right field, hit seventh. Paul Calandrelli is the designated hitter with David Pengel up the middle in center field. Off-speed pitch way outside for ball one.
Caden Williamson has played every single game this series. He's 2 for 7 on the series. Of course, he took home Futures League Player of the Night on Monday.
This is on the ground. It's sure going to be a tough play over there for Shrake. His throw, it is offline. Infield knock for Caden Williamson. And the Sea Unicorns have themselves a one-out base runner around the diamond tonight for Matt Fincher's side. It's James Schaefer at third with Patrick Shrake at short. Brian Richmond at second with James Henshin back over there at first base. Jake Lopez in left field. Up the middle in center field, Tyler Wiltsey with Travis Stroh. Those two trading spots in the outfield here tonight. It is Thomas Moss doing the catching duties, lines up outside, and they will check in immediately on the base runner Williamson. It's a left-hander on the mound here today, and Chase Burrow. And because of that, it gives him an advantage trying to hold on base runner. Sea Unicorns tops in the Futures League in stolen bases, and some traffic on now. The infield single, and now it's Michael Fiataroni hit by the pitch. Norwich also tops in the Futures League. I'm not sure if they have a magnet stuck to their uniforms this summer, Mike, but again, a man getting hit with a pitch. A couple on for Matt Park.
And Matt Park has been tremendous as of late. A slow start to the season for him. He's on a 3-game hit streak dating back to the 10th. That was the game versus the Bees where they lost at home 2-1. Although Park has really turned himself into an aggressive hitter.
Park has started to find his stride offensively. The New Jersey native, certainly an instrumental part of this offense. The 0-1, outside 1-1. Park has home run power. He has already shown it at Dodd Stadium, not in a game, but has cleared the fence over in left field with ease during batting practice several times. Right now a chance with a couple of men on. Norwich last night 1 for 6 with a man in scoring position. Huge lead over there at second base. That's Caden Williamson, and a chance for Park to drive home his QU teammate.
And I would not be surprised if Gitch puts on the double steal. Both Williamson and Fiataroni have speed. Of course, Fiataroni leads the league in stolen bases.
The pitch bounced on the ground to third. Schaefer over to the second baseman. Richmond snaps it over to first, and that's going to do it. An inning-ending double play. Already the second turn this series by Vermont. Keeps Norwich off the board. Go to the second. It is scoreless in Norwich. Futures League Baseball live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Move on to the top of the second inning. No score between Norwich and Vermont on this Wednesday night. Final game of this 4-game homestand. Unicorns head out on the road for the next 3 games. Off day on Sunday. Unicorns head to Worcester a couple of times. They'll also see the Bees. This is a big game for Norwich, Mike, trying to get themselves back on the right side of the win column.
That's right, Adam. The good times have not been rolling so far at Dodd Stadium. Sea Unicorns only with 2 wins here at home, dating back to that home opener on the 30th versus Westfield. And then they would not win again until this past Monday. A beautiful win versus the Lake Monsters, 8-3, the final in that game. Norwich looking to steal the rubber match between this very hot Lake Monster team.
1-0. That is taken the whole way. Batter at the plate is Hunter Strom, batting .364 this summer. Has driven in 3 runs, has scored 3 times.
And 2 hits and 2 RBIs in the series versus the Corns so far.
The pitch, fastball misses up top, 2-1. Strom is the designated hitter here today. Had the catching duties last night.
And let me tell you, you do not want to run on Strom throughout one batter in yesterday's contest.
Reiser had to do Mississippi State. Promising young catching prospect. Hitters count 3-1. This second inning has really been difficult for Norwich over their last 4 games here. They've been outscored in that frame. 15-3, the pitch in the air out to right field. Long run out there, sliding effort, making the catch on it, T.J. Bayer. Boy, what a play defensively. Bayer on the run had to time his slide perfectly, and this defense continuing to excel here this series.
As you said, Adam, the Sea Unicorns defense has been excelling. A stark difference from what we saw at the earlier stages here at Dodd Stadium, especially with a 6-error game that was included in this month. They have been lights out on defense, and we just saw it, a beautiful basket catch by T.J. Bayer for out number 1.
Here's Thomas Moss, a guy that can play everywhere on the diamond. He can catch, play the infield and the outfield. He cuts and misses, and Mathewson way ahead of him, 0-2. Tonight he's got the catching duties for the Lake Monsters. Moss out of Trinity College in Texas, a Sugar Land, Texas native, in a defensive count, backed up inside for ball one.
And he made his debut versus the Corns yesterday where he got one hit. And as you said, he can play anywhere. It's very rare to see a true utility man, but that's exactly what Moss is.
The 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. That certainly makes any college coach happy when they have a guy that they can place anywhere in their lineup, anywhere in the field. Moss is a guy rolling right now, hits now in 4 straight games, is 2-2. On the ground, right back up the middle, going to be a tough play. Fiataroni slides, can't get there in time. Make it hits now in 5 straight games for Thomas Moss. And the Lake Monsters have their first hit of the night.
And a nice slide and try by Fiataroni. Back at short once again, his true position, although we've seen him play all over the diamond. We've seen him at shortstop, third base, and second base. Of course, with a beautiful diving catch about a week ago.
Here's Tyler Wiltsey, had that huge bases clearing triple last night. Wiltsey today playing in center field. A sophomore at Rutgers out of Audubon, New Jersey. You said it, Fiataroni playing first base as well this summer. Did not play any first base in a game since his Little League days. And he has picked it up with a smile on his face, and he has been exceptional there. It's a pitcher's count, 0-2 on Wiltsey. Mathewson dealing with the one-out base runner. That is Moss. Has had a nice series against Norwich. The pitch way up top for ball one, over through his fastball.
Almost worked as a pitch out there. Moss, who is catching today, will steal, as will the entire Lake Monsters lineup. As we mentioned, they are deep in every category.
The 1-2, there goes the base runner right on cue. Swing and miss, throw to second. It is not in time. It is the second strikeout of the night for Eric Mathewson. Here's the first baseman, James Henshin.
And Ayer just bobbled that one briefly, and that would allow Moss to steal the base. A runner in scoring position with 2 gone for the Lake Monsters. Of course, the second inning bit the Sea Unicorns yesterday, especially with that bases clearing triple that we saw.
For Moss, it's his 3rd stolen base of the summer. And it's Mathewson dealing in strike one. James Henshin back at first base. Second time we're seeing him in this series at a Tufts University in Wellesley, Massachusetts. Digs into the righty batter's box. Mathewson working ahead once again. The pitch. That is on the ground, hits sharply to second. On the move, Grand makes the grab, tosses over to first, and Eric Mathewson has made it 2 scoreless innings tonight. Norwich coming to the plate. It is deadlock, 0-0. Sea Unicorns baseball, streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. Head to the bottom of the second inning. Good start tonight for Eric Mathewson. Has made it 2 scoreless innings, allowed just the 1 hit. I'm not sure if you're looking to go to the dentist, but if you do, Griswold Dental You are more than a patient. You're a part of the Griswold Dental family. Find out more at griswolddental.net.
Just booked my yearly cleaning with Griswold Dental, and let me tell you what, I might be terrified of the dentist, but never at Griswold Dental.
I love it.
So I
you
got
only
the
need it
pearly
once a year. You only need it once a year.
I got the pearly whites, that's
No,
right.
You're better than me. I need to go there twice a year.
Oh, my goodness. Whitening strips, my friend, whitening strips.
Well, that would mean that I wouldn't have to see my dentist every year.
That's true. You're going to have to switch over to Griswold Dental.
I've already booked. I booked my cleaning. It's September. The pitch. Hard chopper through the left side of the infield. It's a base hit. Leadoff knock for Carter Grandin, making hits now in 4 straight games for the Fairfield Stag. And I tell you what, Mike, he has discovered something in the righty batter's box.
His first 7 games, he was hitless. That now his 4th hit in the series, which also includes a triple. So not only has he shown that his contact is improving, but his speed and wherewithal to get to the base, also an upticker for Norwich.
Brandon O'Neill, he's taking the curveball on the outside corner. For Carter Grand, couple of singles, a triple, and a double as well. He has been hitting the cover off the baseball. It's 0-1 on O'Neill. Right now it is Burrows checking in on the base runner for Norwich. That is Carter Grand. He has a stolen base as well this series, and Unicorns hoping to drive some early offense here today. The 0-1. That is waved and missed it for strike 2.
And heading back to Mr. Brandon O'Neill, Bro-Neal as he's called. He had 2 hits yesterday and, of course, a beautiful dive and stop at second, which was the DB Lunt play of the game a few nights ago.
It was. It was for Carter Grand. The pitch down and away outside, but that play over there for Brandon O'Neill, it was the first play of the game last night. You have to be ready to go.
Third base, that's where he made this diving catch.
Yeah,
that's
it was
right.
incredible stuff. Grand had the nice play, glove side. And that was back on Monday of this series, and you were right. D.B. Lunt always feeling electric, our play of the game. But this team defense, no matter where the ball's been hit, Unicorns have been making the plays. That's fouled away. That is a good sign for this group that struggled mightily at home defensively at a fielding percentage just over 900. Certainly something unsustainable for a group hoping to reach postseason baseball. The pitch. That is in the air to right field. It is falling in a hurry. It's going to get down. It's a base hit. Brandon O'Neill's got his 3rd hit of the series. Corner to corner is Carter Grand. And the Norwich offense is brewing here in the 2nd inning. Traffic on the corners for T.J. Bayer.
Norwich continues to hit left-handed pitching in a supreme way. Their 2nd lefty that they've seen this series, of course, hitting the cover off the ball from the pitches from Musselman just on Monday night in that win. And now we have a runner in scoring position in Grand at 3rd. And I got to tell you, O'Neill in a golden opportunity to steal right now to set the Unicorns in even greater scoring position.
See if he's looking to steal. Not quite yet. First pitch in the zone for a called strike off speed pitch. Always so important early in the count for a base runner, that first pitch to get your timing down. Understand the movement of the left-hander on the mound. That's Chase Burrows on the hill. And he brings it set from the 3rd base side of the rubber. Bayer the batter. And they're going to check in on Brandon O'Neill, and it has started to become predictable. Every second pitch before that 2nd pitch of the at-bat, he is thrown over. You know he's coming to the plate. We'll see if O'Neill can get a good read. The 0-1. Not quite yet. They mix it up that time. Another check-in on the base runner, Brandon O'Neill.
Brandon O'Neill with 3 stolen bases on the year, looking to make it 4. Like I said, has set these Corns into scoring position even more.
Bayer hitting .295 so far this summer. Puts it on the ground to second. Richmond over to Shrake. His throw to first. It is not in time, and it will produce the game's first run. Good speed up the first baseline by Bayer to break up the double play ball. And the Norwich offense draws first blood here tonight.
Bayer, with 2 hits on Monday, continues to be hot against these Vermont Lake Monsters. His 7th RBI on the year with that ground ball out.
Fielder's choice ground out, score at 4-6 on the fielder's choice. That hustle so important, keeps a man on. Here is Paul Calandrelli. Calandrelli out of URI is the designated hitter here today. And an RBI hit his last game against the Westfield Starfires, part of a come-from-behind win for Norwich on the road at Bullens Field. That was on Saturday.
Also showing great plate discipline. He also worked a walk on Sunday versus Westfield.
Fastball sizzles into the outside corner, evens the count, 1-1. So tonight it's Norwich striking here in this second inning. A man down and a man on for Norwich. Lefty on righty. And once again, Burrows checking in on the base runner, Brandon O'Neill, trying to keep himself unpredictable. Hasn't really showed his A pickoff move yet. A lot of secondary pickoffs. It's even 1-1. There goes the base runner, Bayer. That is in the air out to right field. Moving in a hurry. Making the grab on it out there is the outfielder Stroh, and he doubles up Bayer. That'll wrap things up. We go to the third in Norwich. It is a 1-0 Sea Unicorns lead. Live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, the Futures League Network, and for all those watching on the Wax tonight, we say hello.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Go to the top of the third inning here in Norwich. Fans, every Thursday is Thirsty Thursday here at Dodd Stadium with beer specials on Narragansett. Next Thursday home game for the Sea Unicorns. You'll have to wait until July 9th when the Norwich Sea Unicorns host the Worcester Bravehearts. You can crush it like Quint. First pitch coming at you at 6:30 local time. The other Thirsty Thursdays, July 16th and August 6th. Always the big hit here at Dodd Stadium. Eric Mathewson has been a big hit tonight. Has worked 2 scoreless frames. It's 8-9-1 due up for Vermont. Has allowed just the 1 hit, and that was the base hit to Thomas Moss. Pitch from Mathewson, fastball down and away, ball 1. Here is Travis Stroh, the batter. Stroh playing for the second time in this series. He's taking on the outer edge, called strike, evens the count, 1-1. Stroh out of Fairleigh Dickinson and Shelburne, Vermont. Hitting so far this summer for the Lake Monsters, .357. Has driven in 3 runs as well. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Stroh. The pitch jammed him in tight. Good spot for Mathewson. Looking to take care of the leadoff man here in this top of the third inning. Important shutdown inning for Norwich. After taking the lead on a fielder's choice ground out, the pitch just missed outside. Mathewson hunting his 3rd strikeout of the night. Stroh yesterday had a couple of hits in the win. Has 3 hits in 8 at-bats against Norwich this series. The 2-2 That is off the end of the bat. Chopped over to short. Handled by Fiataroni. Whips it across the diamond in plenty of time. Stroh retired. And Eric Mathewson has retired the leadoff man to begin this third inning. Another good play defensively for Norwich. Bring up the shortstop, Patrick Shrake. Fans, before you come to the ballpark, stop by Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City, for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Order what you want, eat what you get, only at Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City. Here's Patrick Shrake. He's taking for ball one. Shrake spent the 2025 summer in Nashua with the Silver Knights, an all-star selection. Now to Colby College. Takes the whole way in a hitter's count. 2 balls, no strikes. Mathewson trying to cut down the walk rate this summer. Help lower that ERA as well. He's off to a good start so far. Shrake in Nashua hit .342 for the Silver Knights. Made his way to Polar Park in the All-Star game. It's 3-0 the pitch. That's up top. He lost him. Overthrew with the fastball, and it's the second base runner of the night for Vermont. Top of the order, Brian Richmond.
First walk of the game allowed by Mathewson. Just had to run a roster sheet down to assistant coach Andy Blaylock in the bullpen, so I apologize for my absence.
Yeah, he is the man, and we always want to make sure we take care of Coach Blaylock, a legend in Connecticut in the baseball world. Still throws batting practice to the Sea Unicorns every game.
87 years old now. Just celebrated his birthday, and he is a young man out there, let me tell you. Age is just a number, right, Adam?
It is. It is certainly special what he does, and the vibrance that he brings every day, and a wealth of baseball knowledge. Also was a football coach as well at UConn. He is honored and celebrated everywhere he goes, especially when he is on the campus at Storrs. So many connections, whether it's in baseball, football, or life. It is a ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Richmond. Flied out to left field his first time up. Mathewson working from the stretch. Base runner on is Shrake. He walked on 4 pitches. On the ground, little tapper foul on the right side. Mondays at Dodd Stadium are always a lot of fun, Mike. We got to see the kids eat free this Monday.
That's right, Adam, and don't worry. If you missed this last Monday game, we have it running back next week, the 22nd versus Worcester, and then the following week versus the Silver Knights on the 29th. Of course, brought to you by BTW Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Southeastern Connecticut's premier HVAC company.
1-2. That's fouled back to the screen. It's Richmond battling right now, and this is what he does best for the Lake Monsters, a guy that is so difficult to strike out. He battles up there. Scrappy guy, just 5 feet, 5 inches in the lefty box, hitting .375 entering action today. Struck out just 4 times in 65 plate appearances. In the air, popped up on the left side. That's going to go camping out of play and right back onto the playing surface.
Dodd Stadium chewed that one up and spit it back out right onto the diamond. Of course, Richmond has played every single game for the Lake Monsters. This series is still hitless. As we mentioned, donut number 14, ex-Lake Monster great Kobe Brulette's number.
The 1-2 way up top. Try to snap that over. Richmond is a guy that rarely expands his strike zone. His plate discipline is something to just take notes on, especially for young baseball players that are in attendance or watching this game. Anytime you watch him bat. The pitch he's taking, and boy, that narrowly missed. It's a 2-2 count here on Brian Richmond.
Borderline call with that one. Now Mathewson in danger of walking back-to-back men. Somebody's getting hot out in the Norwich bullpen.
Anthony Letizio is calling the balls and strikes today. There goes the base runner, Shrake. He's quickly going to have to retreat over to first base. Another foul off and a full count here with Brian Richmond over at first. Ryan DeMare and Nick Zoller is the third base umpire. He is to the left of Eric Mathewson, waiting for a potential play at second. Going to be tough to double up these two right now. The 3-2 that is reached out, rolled over softly. Handled over there by O'Neill. Fires to first, second for one. Throw to first. It is not in time. So able to beat out the double play ball is Brian Richmond. It does erase Patrick Schrage, who nearly broke up the play at second. But either way, 9 pitches in that battle, and Brian Richmond, as you would describe it, won that battle. He forced a lot of pitches from Eric Mathewson.
Absolutely, but what the main takeaway from that last play is that the wherewithal for the defense to really take their time, set their feet, and get that first out.
In the air to right field, this should take care of Schaefer on just one pitch. And Eric Mathewson has made it 3 scoreless innings tonight. It's 1-0 Norwich, bottom of the third. When we come back, this is Sea Unicorns Baseball, streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
Go to the bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Sea Unicorns. Logan Rundy, our team reporter, is standing by. He's got an update on the success for Carter Grand, who now has hits now in 4 straight games. Logan, over to you.
Fireworks show brought to you by Liberty Bank.
Eventually came around and scored. Had a great season. Field blasted a couple home runs, hit a couple doubles as well. Has translated more of the small ball game here to Norwich. His 5 hits, a little bit of triple in. He's been an absolute wizard. Made a beautiful
We will hit up Logan in a moment. We'll bring him back in here and try and re-sig his microphone. Our apologies. We will get back to that in a moment. New pitcher in the ball game for the Vermont Lake Monsters is a right-hander for Vermont. The day wraps up for the starter today. Chase Burrows goes 2 innings, allows 3 hits, 1 run today. New arm in the ball game for Vermont is the power-throwing right-hander Caden McCarthy. A riser, uncommitted right now out of Chester, Vermont, is eligible for the Major League Draft, and there are lots of scouts in the building here tonight. Has topped out at 103 miles per hour this summer. Mike has reached 99 according to TrackMan. This is a guy that has a lot of potential, so much promise, and certainly the stadium tonight very indicative of all of that, with all of the scouts in attendance from Major League Baseball.
A scout from every single Major League Baseball team, all 30 teams in attendance. As you can see on your screen, McCarthy has touched 99.8 on the year for the Futures League so far, and this kid isn't even 18 years old. He's still a kid, and the Vols going to get themselves a phenomenal pitcher if he doesn't go the route of the draft. And Adam, it looks like he's going to get drafted in the first or second round, so potentially a future major leaguer now takes the mound for the Lake Monsters.
It is a special opportunity anytime you get to go up against a arm of this caliber. He's greeted right now by David Pengel. Plays Division I baseball at Northeastern. Boy, he was tardy on that fastball. Lots of juice right now for Caden McCarthy, the right-hander now in this ball game. And he has got the count even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And as we said, Adam, McCarthy slated to go to the Volunteers. All the scouts you can see on your screen has their phones out.
That broke the bat. Some firewood. Look out right now at Dodd Stadium. Pengel trying to leg one out. He is retired. Boy, that's how hard McCarthy can fire it. He snapped the bat of David Pengel, and there's now a souvenir a couple rows back. Good play defensively by the middle infield, and here's the leadoff man, Henry Ayers.
Yeah, that one could have been bad right there. That bat splattered on impact and went right to the stands. The lucky fan's going to get a souvenir out of that one.
There is Ayers. He flied out to left field, his first time up the pitch. Fastball sawed off into the Vermont dugout on the left side.
And I will say these Sea Unicorns are making contact against McCarthy, who as we mentioned, touches just under 100 miles an hour.
The 0-1. Fastball again. Boy, he has been a fireball thrower so far tonight, and why change it? I mean, this is big-time velocity coming out of the right arm of McCarthy. 1-1. That's on the outer black, says Tony Letizio, home plate umpire here tonight. And McCarthy working quickly here in this third inning. Boy, when you see a pitcher like this on the mound, that gives so much confidence to the Vermont group trying to battle back. On the ground to second. It's, in fact, Henshin who moves over. Glove hand tosses over to McCarthy, covering the first base bag. That sets down Ayers for the second out here in the Norwich third inning.
So McCarthy making quick work of the Sea Unicorns, although, like I said, they are putting the ball in play. And even by doing that, even though it's an out, that's a win versus a guy who throws this hard. Of course, you can see, from our vantage point at least, the dugout, the Sea Unicorns all stepping up to the fence for this one.
This is on the ground to short. Couple of bounces, no problem for Brian Richmond. Hopping off the rubber, it's Caden McCarthy. Works efficiently here in the third inning. Norwich down in order. Go to the fourth. 1-0 Norwich. Sea Unicorns baseball streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We go to the top of the fourth inning. Logan Rundy is back with us. Talk about the success of the Fairfield Stag Carter Grand. Logan, over to you.
Bottom of the third inning here at Dodd Stadium. Big reason to that, Carter ran a single back in the second. Fourth. Did show some pop in the back. 5 hits in his last 4 games, including the one tonight for Norwich. Including that is a double and a triple, so he's showing the power, getting it done with a single here tonight. He's doing everything on the defensive side as well. He's made some great plays, including one to his glove hand side on the dive on Monday night against Vermont and throughout the runner at first base. He's only going to continue to get better as the season goes on. Guys,
good work, Logan, as always, fighting some of those technical difficulties. The Dodd Stadium goes. We had our fingers crossed the whole way. Excellent work, as always. Top of the 4th inning. Unicorns have made a move on the mound here. It is Alex D'Ambrosio out of Ryder. Bunt drop down the third base line. Going to be a tough play over there. And D'Ambrosio cut right into the lane of the third baseman, Brandon O'Neill. It is an infield bunt base hit. And Jake Lopez is aboard. Base runner on for Hunter Strom.
Yeah, and just a lack of communication on that play between O'Neill and D'Ambrosio. It allows the leadoff man, Lopez, to get on with his first hit of the night.
Strom so far today has flied out to right field. It's Lopez on right now. So much confidence in the Vermont dugout. They know they have one of the best arms in the Futures League and a draft-eligible prospect in Caden McCarthy, a guy they believe will just shut down the rest of the night while he is out there and chasing a run very much in this ball game. So important for Norwich to remain sharp defensively. Cannot hand out free bases. Pitch home to Strom. Called for a strike. It's D'Ambrosio, the right-hander, in, making his second appearance of the summer for Norwich. After 3 lights-out frames tonight from Eric Mathewson. You spoke about him in your moments with Mike and his comfortability and familiarity at Dodd Stadium. It was showcased tonight, allowed just the 1 hit, struck out a couple of men, issued the 1 walk. He was in command tonight.
And I like having him pulled after just 3 innings of play. I mean, he works traditionally out of the bullpen, but by him not throwing too many pitches, that will put him in line for another appearance probably on Friday.
There goes the base runner Lopez. The throw sails out into center field, quickly advancing 90 feet. The throw to third, not in time, and Jake Lopez has the tying run for Vermont 90 feet away. The throw from Ayers sailed on him. It was wide of the bag up the first base side of the second base bag. It's a throwing error on Henry Ayers, and the count is even 2-2 on Hunter Strom. Still nobody out for Vermont in this 4th inning.
So Unicorns going back to their old ways of providing runs for the other team. Of course, the last 2 games they had no errors. Tonight, 1 on the board early on.
That's the first error committed this series by Norwich defensively. Comes as a byproduct of the misfire from Henry Ayers. Still trying to make himself comfortable back behind the dish. Big spot here. The payoff from D'Ambrosio is the curveball. It's in the zone. Tucked into the bottom slot, and D'Ambrosio sets down Hunter Strom by way of the K. 1 down here for Vermont in the 4th inning.
The 3rd strikeout that we've seen against these Lake Monsters tonight. Of course, the first 2 taking place in the 1st and 2nd inning thanks to Mathewson. And now D'Ambrosio has 1 of his own.
A big out for Norwich. Here's Thomas Moss. Fastball moves outside for ball 1.
Moss got the first hit for the Lake Monsters tonight. Took place in the 2nd inning. The second batter of the 2nd inning that Mathewson faced.
The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Good life on the fastball for D'Ambrosio, but just missed.
And, of course, Moss has 5 RBIs on the year. A good opportunity for him to knock in 6, although the Norwich defense and pitching staff and D'Ambrosio looking to prevent that.
It's a hitter's count. Norwich playing in on the corners. On the ground, going to be a tough play. Brandon O'Neill's only play is to the first base bag. Makes a smart decision. There's 2 gone. It's an RBI ground out for Thomas Moss. Bases are empty. Here's Tyler Wiltsey.
So Moss will get his 6th RBI, although he'll trade it for a run. And now it's kind of like a new inning, right? You got 2 outs, bases empty. Although Mr. Wiltsey will step up to the plate. He was the 2nd strikeout of 2 from Mathewson. D'Ambrosio would surely like to get him out on K's once again.
Alex Smedes, Sea Unicorns debut back on June 10th here at Dodd Stadium. Scoreless frame against the Bees. Part of a 2-1 defeat. We're tied at 1. Top of the 4th inning. Skied in the air, popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Brandon O'Neill will make the call for it and hang on to it. Just the 1-run scores after the bunt base hit, throwing error, and an RBI ground out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning here tonight. It's tied at 1 here between Norwich and Vermont.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Fireballer Caden McCarthy back out there. Speaking of fireball stuff, Joe Pitts, big right-hander, Yukon Husky, is standing by with Logan Rundy. Logan, down to you.
What's going on, guys? I am here with my guy, Joe Pitts. Joe, I have to ask you, man, we're about a quarter of the way through the season. How are you feeling so far, and how have you enjoyed your time?
I'm feeling great. I've loved Norwich. I love the stadium. I love the team. I love the fans. Everything. It's been great.
Pitts is having a great time, and you're expecting to throw here the next couple of days, whether it be a start or out of the bullpen. What are you trying to get out of the next start?
Honestly, just clean innings. I love to put up zeros, just helping the team out.
Yeah, absolutely. Pitts has been absolutely dominant on the mound so far this year. Looking to do so whenever that next opportunity is for him. Guys, back to you.
Great work as always, Logan Rundy. They are on-field reporter with the Norwich Sea Unicorns here in 2026, doing a great job as always. We're tied at 1. Keaton McCarthy back out there, his 2nd frame of work. Here's Michael Fiataroni.
Yeah, Pitts was slated to be our probable for today's game, although got pulled out for Mathewson late last night. And, of course, the man who was a probable for today's game, the pitcher for the Lake Monsters, Caden McCarthy, and that's why you see all these scouts out here from every single Major League Baseball team.
0-1. That's up top. Change up, just missed. Tunneling right now, movement on these pitches from McCarthy. That change up, very similar movement to the fastball, makes it so hard to pick up. It's 1-1 on Fiataroni. Checked his swing. He did hold up. It's 2-1.
And Mathewson has put 24 miles an hour on his fastball since 2021, so has really turned into a hot MLB prospect and was the 9th rated pitcher in the entire United States heading in to this draft according to Perfect Game.
Well, he only was 12 years old 5 years
still,
ago.
Though, that's insane.
But yes, that would mean that he was throwing 75 at 12 by my math. And I'm not a mathematician of any sorts, but if he is throwing 95 plus, boy, are you talking about a 12-year-old throwing mid-70s towards 80 miles an hour.
That's the equivalent of like 101 miles an hour.
Yeah, and they're throwing from 46 feet in Little League at that time.
And now he's barely on the cusp of 101. Definitely an MLB prospect, and that's why you see all these guys. We talked to a scout from the San Diego Padres who flew in this morning just for this pitching appearance.
Well, that fastball missed up top, and the Norwich dugout is animated right now. They got their first base runner tonight against Caden McCarthy. Double play is in stock for Vermont. Here is the cleanup man, Matt Park. Boy, when you try and catch up to 99, 101, somewhere in that velo range, so important you get your front foot down on time. You cannot be late. They're going to check in on the base runner. Boy, just getting back in the nick of time as the league leader in steals, Michael Fiataroni. McCarthy again checks in on Fiat. He's back in there. Boy, that is a caliber pickoff move. He is feeling the adrenaline right now.
Fiataroni's still taking a good-sized lead. He's got 17 stolen bases on the year.
That is popped up. Moving back, it is Brian Richmond makes the grab on it, and there is one down. Park jammed inside. This is so much fun for the Norwich offense. A chance to really get to compete. A big challenge here against a MLB draft-eligible prospect that is, by all accounts, expected to be drafted at some point in June in the MLB draft, which is now just 2 weeks away. Norwich is hosting the Northeast Prospect Showcase game right here at Dodd Stadium. That will be June 30th. The pitch downstairs. Good block back there by Moss. That'll keep Fiataroni at first. You know he would love to try and swipe a bag here.
So dangerous, though, especially with an immaculate pickoff attempt by McCarthy that we've seen. He'll probably be in that prospects game coming up.
Popped up on the first base side. That is going to go out into the seats. It's out of play. McCarthy, 6 feet, 190 pounds.
Not a big guy by any means at all. Just especially
powerful.
Exactly.
Explosive.
Especially to be thrown at this velocity, of course. During his high school career, he also saw time in the outfield and at first base, but has now transitioned exclusively to a pitcher. And why not? You see why, especially how he's been carving up the Sea Unicorns so far.
1-1 on Carter Grant. He singled his first time up. He's taking outside for ball 2.
So he seems slightly wild. I mean, pretty dialed in with that fastball, although there's a lot of pressure on him. We've seen him take a lot of deep breaths like he did just there, and I would be feeling the same type of energy right now, especially if I had prospects from all 30 teams here.
There goes Fiataroni stepping off as McCarthy throws it into center field. Michael Fiataroni with his 18th stolen base. McCarthy rushed his pickoff move over to the second base bag and spiked it. No chance for the shortstop, Patrick Shrake, to make a play on it. It went beyond the reach of Brian Richmond. Rolled out into center field. Good decision by Fiataroni to hold up at second. And number 18 of the young summer and just game number 18 of the year for Norwich as a team.
And now Grand, who already has 4 hits in this series, has a golden opportunity to drive in Fiataroni. He had 2 walks and an RBI throughout the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and of course extended his 3-game hit streak to 4 his last at-bat.
Fastball count for Grand, the pitch. That's upstairs, 3-1. McCarthy battling some command troubles here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Norwich and Vermont tied at 1. Rubber match of this 3-game set. 3 of 10 meetings between the two clubs here this summer. The 3-1. That is right back to the screen. Grand was on it, just missed it. Pitch in his hot zone.
And Grand still is ahead of this account, 3-2 with 1 out. 34's got a big opportunity to do more damage against these Lake Monsters.
Grant trying to break the tie. The full count pitch. Outside, he walked him. Overthrew his fastball. Good grab by Moss to snare it. Keep it from going to the backstop. You know that McCarthy is jacked up right now in a big pressure spot. All the attention, all the eyes are on him. And Matt Fincher is going to try and calm things down.
Norwich seems to be in the head of McCarthy, and these guys have done their research. They knew going into this game that McCarthy was going to be making an appearance at some point, which is why you see the Sea Unicorns all up on the fence. And it's good to see that camaraderie finally start to come to life. And the one takeaway of the series, no matter if they get a win or a loss today, of course, hoping for a win, pleading and fighting for a win, I feel like this has been the series that's going to change things for the Sea Unicorns going forward. We saw the defense really start to hone their craft. We saw the bullpen truly start to come alive. Now the missing piece, the bats starting to finally feed off of each other. And I think that's what we're going to see, especially with Brandon O'Neill to the plate, who has been hot the last couple of games this season.
Brandon O'Neill single to right field his first time up. Fans, the weather is heating up, and so should the fun. Rent a Polaris slingshot from Strain Family Motors in Lisbon and feel the excitement of the open road. Go to sfmslingshots.com to rent one today.
We got a long off week. We might as well take this time and get one.
Couple men on. McCarthy from the stretch. Wave and a miss. Good breaking ball. I've not seen many of these secondary pitches so far today from McCarthy. Working for his second inning of relief work after 2 frames today from the starter Chase Burrows. The 0-1 downstairs evens it up 1-1.
And that's why Norwich has been hitting the ball relatively well versus McCarthy, and why they've been so aggressive. The one downfall about having a pitch that's in the high 90s is that you can almost expect it every single time.
The 1-1. I fooled him. Wipeout slider. Just downhill movement. Breaking away from O'Neill. Almost a unhittable pitch. It looks like a strike until just the last second, and it just fell right off the table.
And you have to think that O'Neill's going to be sitting fastball on this one.
1-2. Went right back to it. That skips away from Moss. Working ahead to third is Fiataroni, and advancing 90 feet as well is Carter Grand. The Sea Unicorns have runners at second and third with 1 out.
O'Neill now with an opportunity. He's got RBIs 4 and 5, 1 at third, 1 at second for him here. He's been very, very good against the Lake Monsters this series. 2 hits yesterday, of course. But against McCarthy, that's a whole new animal.
It's even. The 2-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Caden McCarthy gasses the fastball by him, and there are 2 down.
That one touching the high 90s, just under 100. Not much O'Neill could do on that one. And now it's up to TJ Bayer to score at least 1 in this inning.
Had a RBI fielder's choice ground out his first time up today. That was back in the second inning. A chance to give the Sea Unicorns the lead. The pitch. Wave and a miss. Boy, just fooled by it was Bayer. Straps those batting gloves back together. He's a guy that loves the fresh batting gloves. Well, he'll go through them over the course of a season. Already his 3rd set of the summer. The pitch inside, 1-1.
And McCarthy, even though he does fall behind his batters, he still is able to dial it in. And you have to imagine that the scouts love that. Although when he gets rattled, he will walk his batters. We saw 2 walk this inning already.
The 1-1. Topper foul, third base side. Bayer's got great speed. And, anything that gets put in play, he's going to have to race to first. Try and break up the final out of this inning if it's hit anywhere on the infield. And allow a chance for Fiataroni to score. It's a pitcher-friendly count. leverage for McCarthy. Looking to make it 2 scoreless frames tonight.
Already with 9 stolen bases is the Marist product, so if he gets on, he is a threat to steal, of course.
Norwich hoping to retake the lead. The pitch is just below the zone, 2-2.
And you have to imagine that he's going to go with a fastball in this situation. Down 2-2, he doesn't want to make it 3-2. So if I'm Bayer, I'm sitting fastball, and I would be hitting it right up the middle.
That has been his swing this summer. 2-2. On the ground, it is through the left side, a base hit. TJ Bayer gives Norwich the lead. The throw home is wide. It'll go all the way to the backstop, and Bayer will go marching into third. 2-run scoring knock. It's a 3-1 Norwich lead.
Bayer been the entire offense for the Sea Unicorns. Get up at him. Get up and dance. 2 more RBIs for TJ Bayer. And now the Sea Unicorns are rocking. It's 3-1.
Boy, what a swing. Just compact, short through the baseball. Boy, a shot of energy into the Norwich dugout. That brings both Grand and Fiataroni home, clears the bases. It'll go down as an RBI base hit. The throwing air back in allows Bayer to go all the way to third. Norwich looking for more. It is a chance here for Paul Calandrelli.
Calandrelli looking for revenge after grounding into an inning double play his last at bat.
So Bayer, as you said it, has been the entire Norwich offense tonight. Has helped bring home all 3 runs. And Calandrelli with a chance to bring home another important insurance add-on run. 0-1. That is on the inside corner, running action inside to the hands of PC. Norwich DH here today, hoping to extend the lead against McCarthy. He's the pitcher of record right now. The 0-2, cut on and miss, chase the high heat. Damage has been done. TJ Bayer brings home a couple of runs. It's 3-1 for the host. We go to the 5th on the Futures League Network and streaming live on YouTube. SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Alex D'Ambrosio back out there, and we do know, Mike, Tuesdays are BOGO Tuesdays at Dodd Stadium.
That's right, Adam. You come to the baseball game on a Tuesday, you purchase a ticket, any ticket, you get a free ticket in return. Buy one, get one free. A phenomenal deal that we have. One of the many phenomenal deals we have here at Dodd Stadium. You're going to have to wait until July 14th as we will welcome Nashua back to Dodd Stadium, but Tuesday BOGO tickets, a great family fun deal.
Here is James Henshin. He'll lead it off for Vermont in this 5th inning. D'Ambrosio back out there. The pitch, big curveball, just missed inside ball 1. Spoke with Jenna, who is handling the TrackMan and all the data. Sitting 96-97 tonight was the right-hander McCarthy. Did top out at 99 just once. The 1-0. That's popped up. Shallow right field, moving back. And now coming in and making the grab on it is TJ Bayer. Carter Grand was out there as well for some support. And the leadoff man gone for Vermont in this 5th inning.
Yeah, Bayer is making a case for Futures League Player of the Night and Sea Unicorns Player of the Night with his play. He's done it all on offense and defense. Of course, he made a beautiful shoestring catch in right field for an out. And now gets things underway in the 5th with a fly ball out.
The off-speed pitch mistaken, excuse me, for a called strike. And my tongue tied.
Hey, no hate here.
0-1. Here is Travis Stroh. Grounded out to short his first time up. Crossed up was Ayers. I'm not sure if him and D'Ambrosio are on the same page. Did not look comfortable back there trying to make the catch and receive D'Ambrosio's pitch. First time these two are working together this summer. Just the second outing for D'Ambrosio. First with Ayers back there. He's caught by Maltasia his last time. 1-1. That sounded like some firewood creaking from Stroh. It's pitcher's count 1-2.
D'Ambrosio, the rider product. We've had a few rider products out of here, most notably Gavin Hawks, the Sea Unicorns closer from that championship season.
Led the Futures League in wins that summer with 6. Won a championship, and a big curveball sits in there. Looking strikeout of Travis Stroh. It's the second tonight for D'Ambrosio, both looking.
Yeah, so that cross-up that D'Ambrosio and Ayers had just left it in the past, able to settle down and get the strikeout call and work together. And, boy, that's what's been important with these Unicorns, the battery between the catcher and pitcher. We've seen them have some great success recently.
The offering home, that goes skipping away. I'm not sure. Ayers was expecting that break and movement on it. Again, just the first time these two are in tandem. It's Patrick Strake, the batter. He walked his first time up. Really a leadoff hitter, batting in the 9th spot today, trying to turn over the lineup card for Brian Richmond. Norwich trying to work a clean 5th inning, maintain that 2-run lead they built thanks to T.J. Bayer, who has been outstanding tonight. The 2-0 taken on the outside corner, pumped in there for a fastball.
Yeah, so Shrake nodded to himself on that one. Seems like he's had D'Ambrosio figured out now. Of course, he's played in every single game in this 3-game series against the Sea Unicorns.
Shrake, a soon-to-be senior at Colby College, attended the Latin School of Chicago before making his commitment to Colby. Hit a whopping .386 as a junior, real breakout year after hitting just .248 in 2025. Took a huge step in his development. On 2-2. That's down and away. The counts run full.
And Colby College has seen its fair share of Sea Unicorn players. Of course, in 2024, we had this home run hitter,
Ryan Grace.
Ryan Grace graced us with his presence, hit a moonshot out of Dodd Stadium, a couple actually that year.
Before transferring to Babson. Chopper over to second, waiting back on it is Grant, flips to first, that'll do it. 2 scoreless frames tonight for Alex D'Ambrosio. Check that. A scoreless 5th inning for D'Ambrosio. We go to the home half, 3-1 Norwich on the Futures League Network and streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
great, well-deserved rest.
New arm in the ball game. The night wraps up for Caden McCarthy. 2 innings out of the Vermont bullpen allows a couple of earned runs right now on the hook, as Norwich has taken a 3-1 lead. It was electric though, Mike, no doubt about it. And you said it, dazzling stuff on the mound tonight from Caden McCarthy. Should be pleased with his effort. And for the most part, was in control of the Norwich offense.
We saw him top out at 97 miles an hour today. Excuse me. 99, even better. So definitely proving his worth here at Dodd. And as we said, Adam, he's slated to go to the Vols, but I think the major leagues are going to be calling his name in just a few weeks.
New pitcher in the ball game for Vermont. It is a southpaw, Matt Spiker. What a name for a pitcher to have. The southpaw out of Bayard, Delaware, and St. Joseph's in Pennsylvania. 6 feet 4 inches, 190 pounds. Will take the rock for Matt Fincher. 9-1-2 due up. Here's David Pengel. He grounded out to short his last time up, trying to extend that 3-game hitting streak he's on. Unicorns today, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Vermont 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error as well. Lefty on righty. Kick us off in the home fifth. The pitch. That tails inside for ball 1. Fans, Jewett City Savings Bank is your community bank for over 125 years. With offices ready to serve you all over Eastern Connecticut. Go to jcsbank.com to find out why Jewett City Savings Bank is your community bank.
Been going there for many years. They've been in my family for many years, and they'll be with my family
forever.
I was going to say for many more, but that works too.
I love it.
Forever. You get that reference right there? Sandlot.
Yes.
Forever.
This is going to be trouble out to the alley. It is going to get down, and David Pengel's got hits in 4 straight games, trying to leg out a double. He does. The Northeastern Husky races into scoring position. Leadoff ringing double for David Pengel, and the Unicorns looking for more in the 5th inning.
Pengel stays hot versus these Lake Monsters and in this series, and the Sea Unicorns continue to be productive against the left-hander in this series. And now we got a lefty-on-lefty matchup, of course, with Henry Ayers still looking for his first hit of the game and his first hit in a few series.
He puts this on the ground. Pengel running on contact, charging in, making the play across the diamond is Patrick Shrake. And there is one man retired. Advancing 90 feet is Pengel, and a productive out for Norwich here in this 5th inning.
Works as a sacrifice right there, and now with Williamson stepping up to the plate, he's in a golden spot for an RBI. Already has a single in today's game and has been doing very well versus the Lake Monsters. He's 3 for 9 on the series.
The infield defense has been brought in for Vermont. The pitch to Williamson inside. Nearly got him. He's been hit by a pitch this series.
Check that. That is 3 for 8 on the series. Looking to go 4 for 9.
375 batting average. Good spot for Williamson against the top team in the Futures League. On the outside corner is Spiker trying to navigate David Pengel, who has great speed at third. It's the third arm used today for Vermont in what appears to be a bullpen game for them, just trying to string it together. Trailed by a pair. Norwich looking for more. The pitch. That is cracked down the right side, foul. Williamson was jammed way inside, trying to punch it to the opposite field. And count control for Spiker, a ball and 2 strikes.
And, of course, the Lake Monsters will have time to make adjustments versus the Sea Unicorns. They will face them in just a week. Next Wednesday, they start a 3-game stretch versus the Sea Unicorns.
Shot away, foul on the right side. This past spring for St. Joseph's, Spiker pitched to a 6.04 ERA, made improvements from a 9 ERA as a freshman, made 16 appearances, 28 and a third innings worked for Spiker. Is 1-2 up top, 2-2. Opponents against the left-hander Spiker this past spring at .296. Favorable matchup with the right-handed hitting Caden Williamson out there in left field today. On 2-2, it is on the ground, rolled over to third. The plate, the tag, it is in time. Cut down, trying to score on the grounder on the left side of the infield is the base runner Pengel. And the Lake Monsters receive a huge second out here in this fifth inning. A tremendous defensive play by Schaefer. And his throw was right on the money for Moss to apply the tag.
And a bang play right there for the Lake Monsters. Ends up nabbing Pengel at home plate, and Caden Williamson will have to wait another day for his 7th RBI.
Here's Michael Fiataroni, 2 down. Huge momentum boosting play for Vermont. Fiataroni takes high and tight for ball 1. Fiataroni has been hit by the pitch. He's also walked today. He's been on base in both of his plate appearances. Went hitless in the series opener for Norwich. Hoping to extend this fifth inning. He's taking down and away. It rolls away from Moss and into scoring position. Goes the base runner Williamson. And you have to wonder if Pengel held up there. You have to send him there on soft contact. Was a real tough play at the plate, and tip your cap to the Vermont defense to make it. That potentially would have scored the base runner.
I still like the aggressive play, though, on
have
that
to.
one, you know?
Hitters count 2-0. Run scoring chance here for Norwich for Michael Fiataroni. The 2-0. Down and away, 3-0.
Fiataroni, of course, returns to the Sea Unicorns lineup. He started the June 15th Monday game versus the Lake Monsters in that win. He went hitless, and now trying to get himself back into the hit column in today's game. He has yet to go back-to-back games without a hit.
On 3-0. That's just on the outer black shadow strike. Spiker got the call. Norwich hoping to add some insurance in this fifth inning. D'Ambrosio has allowed just one run out of the Norwich bullpen. It was unearned after the throwing error from his battery mate. Either way you look at it, it's a 2-run ball game. Fouled back by Fiataroni.
Yeah, Michael just behind on that one. Was looking to send it opposite field. I like him as a pull hitter in this situation. He's just going to have to get the ball over the tall first baseman Henshin. And then if it goes down that line, he's got himself an opportunity for a triple.
He puts this right back up the middle, a base hit. The wave at third for Williamson. The throw coming home is up the first base line. RBI, base hit, Michael Fiataroni, and the Norwich lead is 3.
Get up at him, get up at him, get up at him, and dance. Michael Fiataroni with an RBI single right there. And like I said, he has yet to go back-to-back games without a hit. A huge opportunity for him, and he has 12 RBIs on the season now.
Boy, a huge hit for the Norwich shortstop. A huge 2-out RBI. And the Sea Unicorns deliver here in the fifth inning against Spiker. Inning continues for Matt Park. They'll check in on Fiataroni. An RBI today, has stolen a base as well.
Park still trying to figure it out at the plate. He's had a lot of soft hit balls, looking to put them into play with some more velocity off the bat.
The curveball drops in there. It's no balls and a strikeout. Matt Park so far today. Park has hit into a inning-ending double play and popped out to second. On 0-1, outside 1-1. Park is a guy that has so much power in his bat and has really started to find his swing offensively. The Unicorns hoping for more. Lead by 3. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Quick check-in on Michael Fiataroni. Leads the Futures League with 18 stolen bases. Been an impact player. hitting right back over the 400 mark with that RBI hit. And they will once again check in on him. Entering the day, Fiataroni was hitting .395. Entering the week, .436. And that was tops in the Futures League. Right now in the top 3 in batting average on 1-1. That's taken. Borderline pitch, and Park gets it for ball 2.
That one could have gone any way, although Park will take it. And now Fiataroni, surprised we haven't seen him try to steal a bag yet.
Always tougher with the left-hander on the mound. He's again retreating back to the first base cushion. Already the third throw over there for Spiker. Fiataroni did steal against the left-hander. Check that against the right-hander McCarthy. He's going here, fouled back by Park. That stolen base for Fiataroni came back in the 4th inning, just last frame.
Would have had his 19th stolen base there if the hit and run was not on. Fiataroni still with a huge lead off of first base.
2-2 with 2 down. He's not going. It's fouled back. Just getting a piece of it is Matt Park, hoping to battle here. He's done a great job forcing Spiker to use a lot of pitches here. Number 8 in this battle upcoming. Fiataroni is aboard. Unicorns with a run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Check that, 2 in the 4th, 1 more here in the 5th. This is lifted in the air, foul down the left field side to the bleachers. Now waiting on deck, if the inning were to continue, would be Carter Grand. We heard from Logan Rundy on the success that Carter has found here as of late. He extended his hitting streak to 4 games with that base hit earlier today. It's 2-2 on Matt Park. He's really been fighting here. And this is the 10th pitch. Drilled in the air. That is caught out there on the run by Wiltsey. Makes the grab. It was squared up by Park. A good play defensively, and Vermont is able to get through it. Surrender the 1 run. It's a 4-1 Unicorns lead. We go to the 6th. Streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports and the Futures League Network.
Rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
We go to the top of the 6th inning here in Norwich. A 4-1 lead for the home side here tonight. Logan Rundy, our team reporter, is standing by with an exciting event headed to Dodd Stadium in just a couple of weeks. Logan, down to you.
What's going on, guys? The new prospect game is coming here to Dodd Stadium as the Sea Unicorns lead 4-1 here. There's not a lot of baseball happening in the next couple of weeks. On Tuesday, June 30th, you can see the Futures League best and the MLB's best prospects in the area play right here at Dodd Stadium. Batting practice will be at 4 o'clock with the game at 6:30. That's Tuesday, June 30th. Really cool event, and everything is free. So if you're around the area, come out at 4 p.m. to watch batting practice, and then once again at 6:30 to watch some of the best players in this league, but also in the area for the upcoming MLB draft. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff. As always, Logan Rundy down on the field. Boy, we were speaking about prospects and showcases, and we already got to see a prized young right-hander, Caden McCarthy, toe the slab here today. Could very well see him right back here at Dodd Stadium on June the 30th, and as Logan said, tickets are free, so no excuse for why you should not be here.
No excuses whatsoever. And, Batting practice is not open to the public for the Sea Unicorns, so a real opportunity to see some guys try to mash them out of Dodd Stadium. You might even catch your hands on what would be a home run derby. And, of course, the Futures League, all about prospects. It's even about prospects here on the media side of things, as we'll be seeing Mr. Rundy take over for me in the 7th inning. Excited for that because I need a break from you. I love you, but I need a break.
On the ground, hit softly to first. Handled there, no worries for Matt Park. Alex D'Ambrosio has been great tonight out of the Norwich bullpen. And these shutdown innings, Mike, so pivotal for the Sea Unicorns after adding some runs here the last couple of frames. And Alex, a big part of it out of the Norwich pen, which has really taken a leap in the right direction.
And as we talked about yesterday, Adam, this bullpen has been tremendous as of late, only allowing 2 hits as of this moment in this game. And, of course, that one error kind of almost could have came back to bite them, but it didn't. So I've really been impressed with how this team's been playing.
In the air, center field, David Pengel makes it look routine. 2 up, 2 down. Good work from Alex D'Ambrosio, who's retired the first 2 men in the Vermont lineup. Here's the left fielder, Jake Lopez. Lopez so far today has fly to left field, also a bunt single.
Lopez from Oakland, New Jersey, Seton Hall product. Seton Hall has seen its fair share of Sea Unicorn players climb the ranks. Andrew Bianco, to mention one, who was a true power hitter during his time in the Sea Unicorns. He now is a coach for an AAU program in his home state of New Jersey.
A.J. Soldier also out of Seton Hall as well. Zach Granite, maybe not a name that everyone knows, made it to the big leagues out of Seton Hall, played with the Minnesota Twins. Yankees farm system, now a youth baseball coach and instructor in New York. It's 1-1 on Lopez. This is rolled over, handled by Matt Park at a move over to his right, and he overthrew D'Ambrosio, covering the first base bag. It's the second error committed tonight by the Norwich defense, and that'll keep this 6th inning alive for Vermont.
And the Sea Unicorns almost got out of that one, although the error is slowly trying to crawl back in on the scoreboard under the Sea Unicorns. Although still good opportunity to get out of this one. Norwich has been coasting with their bullpen. They just need to hone their craft still, just kind of bear down and get this final out to get us into the bottom of the 6th.
Here is Hunter Strom. D'Ambrosio kicks and deals. Taken outside corner, good spot, and having a short-term memory, especially as a pitcher, a play that didn't go your way. You felt like you should be out of the inning here. You have to buckle down here and go and attack the next guy. It doesn't get any easier with the cleanup man here. It's Strom. He takes inside, 1-1. Strom today is fly to right, has been caught looking. And credit to the Norwich pitching staff. They have made the adjustment and have held the Lake Monster offense to just 2 hits today. From the stretch, the righty to the plate, way inside. He got him. It hit him with the pitch. And unfortunate misfire from D'Ambrosio, and a couple of free bases for Vermont in this 6th inning. Keep it going. Speaking of big nights coming to Dodd Stadium, Mike, July 3rd, we always salute our military.
Yes, we do, Adam. We love our military men and women here. We always support them with one day out of the year here at Dodd Stadium. Military Appreciation Night returns to the Rose of New England right here at Dodd Stadium, July 3rd, as we welcome the Worcester Bravehearts back to Norwich, and post-game fireworks by Liberty Bank will follow.
And thanks to C Corps as well. Norwich is going to make a pitching change here. 2 2/3 of an inning work today for Alex D'Ambrosio. Great stuff from him out of the Norwich bullpen. Allows just the 1 run today. It was unearned. Had a couple of strikeouts as well and hit a batter. New pitcher when we come back on the Sea Unicorns Futures League Network and live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
The night is over for Alex D'Ambrosio. Good work by him, but in a bit of a traffic jam. Runners are at first and second. 2 outs, and the baseball over to Adam Carpenter here in this 6th inning. We saw him pitch on Monday night, a part of that Sea Unicorns victory, and is right back to work on the Dodd Stadium mound. Mike trying to navigate a 2-out jam.
Yeah, Carpenter is not an easy pitcher to get a read off of. He looks like he's pitching from the windup, but he's actually pitching from the stretch. Very unorthodox. In that game on Monday, he pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, and has had 1 strikeout in that game. This is 6th appearance, and he's racked up the Ks with 8, and he has 1 win on the year.
The pitch home, that's taken on the outside corner. That win was his last outing against these Lake Monsters. Right now, Alex D'Ambrosio is the pitcher of record out of the Norwich bullpen. Carpenter working from the stretch, that awkward stretch position that he uses, and he deals in strike 2. It's Thomas Moss at the plate. He has singled today, is also grounded out.
And you have to imagine that Carpenter is going to only go 1 inning. He's pitched mainly just 1 inning here, except for June 11th versus Lowell, where he went 2 innings and he had 1 run allowed.
On 0-2, it is fouled away. Good spot there. It's a deceptive arm slot from Carpenter. And that is just running away from the right-handed hitting Moss. In a defensive situation here with 2 strikes against him and 2 outs. Vermont trying to cash in with a man in scoring position. On 0-2, it is in the air to the left center field alley. It's going to get down and produce at least 1 run. Waving home and scoring is Lopez. And it is a 4-2 Norwich lead. Boy, that stayed a little too much over the heart of the plate. And Thomas Moss has his 2nd hit of the ball game. It's a ringing 2-out RBI double. And the Lake Monsters have closed the gap to 2.
Moss continues his production versus the Sea Unicorns. I'm kind of surprised that they held up Hunter Strom at third base to make it a 1-run game if he scored, although the tie-in run in Moss is now at second base. And we've seen Norwich run into trouble with 2 outs.
Pitch to Wiltsey. Fastball just missed, a little low for ball 1. Both runs scored tonight from Vermont are unearned runs. That error earlier in the inning, that would have got D'Ambrosio through it. Instead, it has come back to haunt Norwich in this 6th inning. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. And all of a sudden, things have gotten dicey here for Norwich, trying to protect a 4-2 lead now.
Yeah, Letizio said no to that one. Somebody's warming up in the Sea Unicorns bullpen as we speak.
Hitters count, it's 2-0 on Wiltsey. Had a big say in the win yesterday for Vermont. He cleared the bases with his run-scoring triple down the line in right field. Norwich is playing at standard depth everywhere defensively. Sun is setting in eastern Connecticut on this Wednesday night. It is 3-0 on Wiltsey. The pitch, taking the whole way. Fastball in the zone. Lake Monsters still very much in it. A big swing here could really change this game Norwich hoping to get out of it with the minimized damage. And the faith in Carpenter. Runner at third is D'Ambrosio's responsibility. The 3-1. That is in the air out to left center field. Going to be a tough play. Long run. It is going to get down. And that is going to tie the game. Tyler Wiltsey strikes once again. It is a game-tying RBI double to the left center field power alley. And in the 6th inning here tonight, boy, an error and a hit batsman. And it's lightning in a bottle caught for the Lake Monsters, and they have come all the way back to tie it.
And Norwich going back to their old ways of just creating runs for the other team. And it all started with that error by the first baseman, Park. And we now see ourselves in a tied situation. Norwich just needs to get out of this one, focus on the batter, and get those hot bats back into the batter's box.
Pitch to Henshin. Curveball in the zone for a called strike. Well, anytime you see the seam reliever multiple times in a series, a little easier to make that adjustment the second time around, and Vermont has done that against the right-hander Carpenter. He's ahead of Henshin, the 0-1, up top 1-1. James tonight has grounded out to second, has also popped out to right field. Norwich hoping to escape this inning without further pain. It's a 3-run top of the 6th inning. It's all come with 2 outs. 8 of the runs this series for Vermont have come with 2 outs, and they have been over the last 2 ball games, and 2-out offense is such a huge part of any successful team's story, and in this series it has paid dividends for Vermont after erasing what was once a 4-1 Norwich lead. We are tied at 4 in the top of the 6th inning. From the stretch is Carpenter trying to get through it. Ahead of Henshin. On 1-2, it is outside. It's 2-2. Fans, Griswold Pride. Pride stands for the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. Check out their Facebook page for information. That's Griswold Pride. 2 balls and 2 strikes on James Henshin. In scoring position is Wiltsey. He cleared the bases with an RBI double. It has been thunder right now for Vermont with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 4 runs on 4 hits tonight for Vermont. On 2-2, it is in the air, popped him up. Jammed in tight was Henshin. Moving in is David Pengel, and that will get Norwich through it, but not before Vermont strikes thrice and have tied the game at 4. We go to the home half when we return. Sea Unicorns Baseball streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, the Futures League Network, and live tonight on the Wax.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
go to the bottom of the 6th inning, a brand new ball game here in Norwich. The Lake Monsters are up for 3 in the top of the inning. Tyler Wiltsey once again doing the damage. Has been a dangerous thorn in the side of Norwich pitching this series. Has produced 5 of their runs in this series. It's Carter Grand to lead it off. And Matt Fincher has come out of the Vermont dugout. Something did not look right for the left-hander Spiker, and that is not a good sign anytime you see a pitcher in discomfort. And well, you hope for the best. The Unicorns athletic trainer Tim is out there as well. He is going to make sure everything is okay with Matt Spiker. And with that, a chance to talk about midweek ballpark bundles here at Dodd Stadium tonight. One of those nights.
That's right, Adam. You come to Dodd Stadium for $15 on any select game day Wednesday. You get a premium seat and 2 hot dogs. You can purchase it right here at Dodd Stadium, of course. This is just our second midweek ballpark bundle that we've had. You're going to have to wait in just a few more weeks. Fear not. We'll have 3 more remaining after this, with the next one taking place on July 1st as we welcome Lowell back to Dodd Stadium. Midweek ballpark bundle. Come check it out.
Continue to await the status of Matt Spiker, who was visibly in discomfort after he delivered his first pitch of this bottom of the 6th inning here. It is a 4-4 stalemate tonight. Run for Norwich in the 2nd, 2 more in the 4th, and a run in the 5th. Vermont striking for a run in the 4th inning today, and 3 more in the top of the 6th inning. Well, I couldn't imagine if Spiker remains in this game with this extended visit here right now on the mound. Continuing to try and feel things out in that left arm.
Yeah, the Lake Monsters getting somebody hot in the bullpen. Looks like they're going to call for him. Not surprised with a move like this.
Vermont will make a pitching change here, and because it is due to an injury, that will allow the new arm in this ballgame for Vermont to have unlimited time to try and get themselves completely loose. And as we do that, Logan Rundy, our team reporter, is standing by with us in the broadcast booth. And Logan, well, a chance for a game update from you as we have a pitching change after the sudden injury to Matt Spiker, who just did not look right after he made that first pitch to Carter Grand.
No, he didn't, and I think obviously the injury is unfortunate, but if you're on the Norwich side of things, you get a little bit more time to see and process what's happening, talk about a game plan of what you're going to do here, especially when Vermont put up 3 in that inning, right? This is going to be a cool challenge for them to have. We talked about it earlier. Vermont is going to punch back at some point, and they did, right, with those 3 runs, and it will be interesting how Norwich responds here in the home half of the 6th.
New pitcher in the ball game for Vermont is a familiar face, a right-hander, Isaac Jensen. This is a guy Norwich has already seen in this series, and we already saw it in the top of the 6th inning. Carpenter making his 2nd appearance of the series. And Vermont got to him with the big hit from Wiltsey. What advantage does that do for an offense when you see the same reliever multiple times in the same series?
Yeah, I think Carpenter was really sharp his last time out earlier in the series, and I think he wasn't as sharp. I thought Vermont got a good couple looks at him with some of the misses he had, and he left that slider over the plate twice, and it paid off twice for Vermont. And all it takes for a good hitting team like Vermont is a couple of mistakes, and Carpenter made them.
Last time out for Jensen, that was back on Monday when an inning and a third in that outing allowed just 1 hit. He was effective that outing. Recorded a couple of strikeouts as well. Norwich will test their luck once again with the big right-hander Isaac Jensen out there. Soon to be sophomore out of Southern Maine, 6 feet 3 inches, 190 pounds out of Arundel, Maine. We'll take the mound here for Matt Fincher's side. A night that has appeared to be a bullpen game. 2 innings today from Chase Burrows, and then the prize prospect, Caden McCarthy. All eyes were on him today. Topped out at 99, was sitting 96 to 97. Your thoughts on Caden McCarthy?
Yeah, obviously he throws hard. He commanded the zone at times. He got Brendan O'Neill on a pitch that he's going to like every single day of the week. Honestly, though, I thought he was a little bit wild. I think the scouts definitely had an impact on the outing. A couple of hits. Yeah, he broke a couple of bats as well, but I didn't think, other than the 99 he hit, the velocity was as high as it usually is, according to his prospect reports. He usually averages around 96, which he was around, but I just didn't think he was as accurate as he normally is.
Certainly battled some command troubles. It gives us a chance to look back at tonight's DB Lund Field electric moment of the game. It was TJ Bayer's game-breaking RBI hit, and at the time made it a 3-1 lead for Norwich. Boy, how about this hit right here, Logan? Break it down. What an approach from TJ Bayer.
Yeah, he had a plan, right? He knew he was going to be on time for whatever pitch was coming. He was ready for the fastball, ready for the off-speed. He was on time with the pitch that was thrown, and, of course, Carter Grant came across the plate.
Here is Carter Grant. It's a 1-0 count after Spiker's departure after that injury. We wish him all the best and hope it is nothing serious and is able to return some point in the near future for Vermont. Right now it is Isaac Jensen. 2-0 on Grant. The pitch down and away, 3-0.
And it's hard for the Vermont pitcher, Grant, to kind of get back into this ball game, of course. He started this at bat, already down the count, 1-0, now in danger of walking Grant.
3-0. That's just below the zone, and the first 4 pitches from the Vermont staff in the bottom of the 6th inning are out of the strike zone, and Norwich has the leadoff man on. Another good at-bat for Carter Grant.
Yeah, so for Grant, back-to-back plate appearances with a walk. He's now still 1-for-1 technically with a single in the second.
Here's Brandon O'Neill as a base hit. He's also struck out today. Unicorns hoping to punch right back after surrendering the lead. Jensen to the plate, wave and a miss, strike 1. Speaking with the hitting coach, Joe DeLanzo, he's hoping to see a little more fight in his club after they have given up a couple of runs. That response inning, looking for it here tonight in the bottom of the 6th. This is a fair ball, little number up the third base line. Going to be a tough play. Brandon O'Neill legs it out, an infield single. And the Unicorns have something shaking here in this 6th inning. Turbulence tonight in the home 6. The first 2 have reached.
Brandon O'Neill now with 2 singles in the baseball game. TJ Bayer back up to the plate now. He's done damage so far, looking for more.
That was going to be a tough play the whole way for the catcher, Moss. For the same right, the pitcher that is now in this ball game, Isaac Jensen. Unicorns have a threat brewing. The corners are in. Here's Bayer. He's been the offense tonight for Norwich. Has produced 3 of the 4 runs today. A hit here could give Norwich the lead. In scoring position is Carter Grant. Began the inning with the walk.
It's simply just an approach here. You got to put the ball in play. It's a good swing, but it's got to be shorter. Quick to the ball. Kind of get on that back foot. Just put some, hopefully the other way. Move O'Neill up to third. You get Carter Grant in. So it's all about finding a way to get it done. Even if you make it out here, it has to be productive. You cannot put the ball in the middle of the field.
Playing in at first is Henshin. The pitch down and away. Not going was Bayer. A spiked breaking ball from Jensen. Hitters count. It's 2-1 on the Marist product. TJ Bayer today in right field. First time we've seen him play the corner and right. Have seen him play left field. Primarily a center fielder on 2-1. Outside 3-1. And early command trouble the zone for Jensen. Walked the first man. He was responsible for 3 of the 4 out of the zone.
Bayer ahead in the count. Another golden opportunity to do more damage.
The 3-1. That's taken. Bottom shelf fastball at the knees. And the count has run full on TJ Bayer. A guy that is at his best when he is compact. All of his hits have been similar hits for him at home, all through the infield along the ground. This time he's shooting it foul on the first base side. As compact as they come is Bayer's swing.
Yeah, and that's what he wants to do this at bat. He wants to go opposite field. He's got the speed where he could leg out a triple if he hits it far enough down that right field line. And we have a quick intermission as the ball still is on the field.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're looking for, right? I mean, you try to find a way to put it the opposite way, right? And Mike, you're right. I think that's exactly what you want to do. Even though it didn't work out that time, I like the approach as a plan tonight, and I think that's what's really important. And even if they don't cash in here in some capacity, you must find a way to take some positives out of the center.
It is a full count on Bayer. Nobody out, 2 are on. Jensen fighting here. His second relief appearance of the series. He jams Bayer inside. That was a tough play for Henshin. Just spit it back on the infield grass, and the speedy Bayer beats it out, and the Sea Unicorns have loaded the bases with nobody out. A chance to break through here in the 6th inning. This will bring the attention of the manager, Matt Fincher. Boy, Henshin was tied up just in a knot over at first on the chopper headed his way. Spit it back onto the infield grass, and TJ Bayer, who is fleet-footed, easily beat it out. Fincher thought it was a bang-bang play. I thought he was safe the whole way.
Yeah, the Lake Monsters, dugout, everyone sit up on that one. They say that he touched the first base, but Bayer beat that one out, so that will be an infield single is what the call will be. And now Paul Calandrelli, who is hitless today, grounded into a double play, also struck out to end inning number 4. He has a chance to right his wrong here.
Infield defense has shifted in for Vermont. The bases are loaded, nobody out. And the number 8 spot of the Norwich lineup trying to break the stalemate. Jensen working his offering, spiked, and it is blocked by Moss. And the stop sign immediately put up by Calandrelli. In scoring position at third is Grand. Began the inning with a walk, couple of infield singles. First O'Neill, the latest from Bayer.
Jensen has not allowed a single run this season. That could change here. He has 5 appearances.
The 1-0 downstairs, and again blocking is Moss. Trapped it, and it's a hitter's count for Paul Calandrelli.
The mechanics are all off from Jensen. He's fallen over that glove side a little too much spicy. It pulled into the other batter's box. He's got to be more low to the ground and straight like that.
In the air, down the line in right field. This is trouble. It is soaring foul, and that is a long strike one, and a huge sigh of relief from the Vermont dugout. That nearly could have cleared the bases.
Yeah, ground rule double just taken away by a matter of inches on that one, just to the right of the chalk line in right field, although Calandrelli is still ahead in the count, 2-1. And this would be a Cinderella story for Calandrelli if he can get a knock in this game. Of course, his last game versus Westfield on June 13th, he had a single, an RBI, and a walk.
2-1. Fouled it off behind the plate. Battle continues. Norwich tonight with runners in scoring position, 2 for 9 and 4 for 14 overall with runners on. This is the first at-bat with the bases loaded and Calandrelli trying to strike.
Got to find a way to put the ball in play. You cannot strike out in this count. Even a double play is fine.
The 2-2 on the ground, chopped to short. Tough play, Shrake on the run. His throw, it is gobbled up by Henshin. It will get the job done. It's an RBI ground out for Paul Calandrelli. And the Norwich Sea Unicorns are back on top, 5-4.
Get up at him, and dance. The Sea Unicorns will get it done.
Sit down now, pal.
Yeah. Sea Unicorns will get it done still. They'll take it how they can get them. That could have been a double play, but it works as a really nice sacrifice. 2 runners in scoring position. The Lake Monsters will bring the infield in for David Pengel, who also has a double in today's game.
The double to the alley in left center field his last time up. He's taking below the zone for ball one. That's a huge out for Jensen. It does break the tie. Norwich punches right back. That is a welcoming sign for a Norwich offense that at times has struggled in responding after giving up the beginning. Rolled over to third. It is corralled and handled over there by Schaefer. He'll put it across the diamond. It'll hold the runner at second and third, and there's two down. Here's Henry Ayers. Right now, Jensen doing a spectacular job at minimizing damage after Norwich loaded the bases with nobody out. Here's Ayers. Way outside. It goes to the backstop. Racing home and scoring is Brandon O'Neill on the wild pitch. It's a 6-4 Sea Unicorns lead.
Get up at him. Get up at him. And
Come on.
He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Sea Unicorns will take their runs where they can get them, now up by 2. It's the Lake Monsters who are now creating runs for the Sea Unicorns.
Yeah, it's all about creating runs for them, right? Just try to find a way. And this is what happens when you get runners on base. This team is superb with them on. They just have to get them on, and look what happens. 7 hits. They've reached on 2 errors as well.
It's 1-0 on Ayers, the pitch. Outside, 2-0. Ayers still hunting his first hit of the ball game. Has flied out to left field. Has hit a grounder to first and a grounder to short today. The 2-0. Down and in, 3-0. Still trouble with the strike zone for Jensen. Has been helped out by a couple of ground balls on the infield. However, a wild pitch has made it a 2-run lead. The 3-0 on the corner, 3-1.
You could tell that Ayers wanted to swing at that one, although wisely laid off on that one. He's still ahead 3-1. Opportunity for his 5th RBI on the year.
Hitters count for Henry Ayers, the 3-1. He lost him. It's a 5-pitch walk. And that will keep the Norwich 6th inning alive. Here's the left fielder, Caden Williamson.
Williamson walking to the plate to the familiar sound of ex-Sea Unicorn Ray Leonzi's walk-up song with Superstitious by Stevie Wonder, and you can tell that it's written on the wall.
Number 7 batter to the plate in this inning for Norwich. Williamson tonight is 1 for 3 as an infield hit. Norwich has 4 infield singles tonight. It's been a big part of the recipe. 6 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and that almost leaked away from Moss. Had a pounce on it, and boy, there's been some difficulty receiving in this inning for Moss with the new arm. That's Isaac Jensen.
Yeah, it just seems like they're almost getting crossed up. The two-seamers running a little bit more than the catcher Moss is anticipating, and it's cost him once, right, with Brendan O'Neill crossing the plate. It almost cost him twice. I'm shocked that Williamson didn't move up.
It's 1-0 on the Quinnipiac Bobcat. Trying to deliver here with the man in scoring position. They'll check in on the base runner, Henry Ayers. He walked.
Good spot on that one by the pitcher on that pickoff attempt. Williamson, of course, looking to do more damage.
On 1-0. This is in the air. That's going to get down in a hurry. It is a base hit RBI single. Caden Williamson to the backside, opposite field single. Coming around, trying to score, and out at the plate is Henry Ayers, and that'll wrap things up. Norwich got a little greedy, trying to add another run. Either way, it's an RBI hit for Caden Williamson, and the Norwich lead has been restored to 3. We go to the 7th. It is 7-4 Norwich on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
And Friday, we have fireworks.
Go to the top of the 7th inning here in Norwich, and the Sea Unicorns punch right back in the bottom of the 6th inning after surrendering 3 in the top of the inning. Answer right back, and their lead has been restored. It's 7-4. Joined in the booth here by Logan Rundy, our team reporter, color analyst. Mr. Do-It-All, right back here in the broadcast booth. Well, what a night, what a series this has been, and this has been an exciting series with the first-place Lake Monsters.
Yeah, it really has, and this is where they're going to be battle-tested. You have a lead here late in the game in the 8th inning, although we're in the 7th, has been the struggle at least early on in the year, right? You got to have Sean Connolly here back-to-back nights after you saw Doyle last night with now Stonehill pitchers, which is going to be fun. Current teammates trying to hold this thing down, and this is where it's going to become a little bit harder, I think. I think Vermont's going to start being a little more aggressive. They've been pretty disciplined as the game has really progressed throughout the night and really throughout the series as well. So you have to be staying in yourself here in the last 3 innings, 9 outs, and you have to find a way to play solid defense. 2 errors tonight after having 0s in the previous 2 games, and you got to hope that doesn't come back and hurt them.
Yeah, both 2 of the runs tonight for Vermont are unearned runs because of the errors tonight. The throwing error from Henry Ayers that sailed into center field, and then later the flip from Park to D'Ambrosio covering the bag. That would have been a 1-2-3 inning for Norwich. Instead, it blew up on them, and the Lake Monsters erupted for 3. That helped them tie the game before Norwich took the lead right back. Here's leadoff man up in the inning for Vermont. It's Travis Stroh, and he is hit by the first pitch he sees from the right-hander Sean Connolly, who enters with a 11.57 ERA, 2.14 his whip, over 4 2/3 innings worked, 5 strikeouts, and he will make his 6th appearance of the summer. He was last out there on June 13th against the Westfield Starfires. Not allow any earned runs that outing. Struck a man out. Has been victimized with command issues in the early goings. And the first pitch of the inning to Stroh plunks him. Here's the 9th spot and Patrick Shrake.
Yeah, have a plan here if you're Sean Connolly. Obviously, your life just got a little bit harder, right? With the control, the numbers aren't pretty, obviously, right? With that higher whip and the ERA as well. So you got to put that in the back of your mind and just try to find a way to get 3 or more outs.
No, nothing in 1 on Patrick Shrake. There goes the base runner. That is sliced foul. On the move was Stroh, a fleet-footed right fielder today. We saw him in center field yesterday. There's great speed out there. Trying to put some pressure on the Sea Unicorns reliever Sean Connolly. Has a fastball, slider, and changeup combination. 3-pitch mix. Going to take care of Patrick Shrake. The 0-2. Defensive swing, hacked foul.
Yeah, it's a good approach here. They put on a hit and run actually in the last pitch, and you kind of do it again, right? There's no run in that situation, but Stroh does a good job. He's clearly trying to go the opposite way. Looks like Carter Grant's kind of shaded over to second base, so if he puts it on the ground, it could be a 1st to 3rd there for Henshin.
The pitch. Cut on and missed, struck him out. The snap throw to first, not in time. It's a strikeout for Sean Connolly. Back in there safely is Stroh. And there is 1 down. Top of the order here is Brian Richmond. They'll climb into the lefty batter's box. He's really made the Norwich pitching staff have to fight today. He is 0 for 3, but he has seen over 20 pitches today from the Norwich pitching staff. Saw 9 his last at bat. The pitch on the outer black. It's ruled for ball 1.
Yeah, got to fix the mechanics here. Obviously, we've been harping on it the last couple days for both sides. However, Connolly's just kind of standing too tall. You got to bend the knees a little bit in more of an athletic stance, and he's leaving it up a little bit here, obviously with the hits batsmen, and now you're dealing with a 1-0 count. Runner goes.
There goes the base runner. On the move is Stroh. The throw skips into center field, and quickly digging another 90 feet is the potential 5th run of the night for Vermont. It is going to be a throwing error, the 2nd of the night for Ayers, and a chance for Richmond to drive home a huge run for Vermont.
Yeah, I don't even think Ayers had a real shot at it, so that's one of those situations where you almost wish they put it in the back pocket. I mean, even if Fiataroni picked it, he was there probably standing up on the bag. So it's just all about thinking the game at this point, right? You're up 3 runs for the moment, now in danger of only being 2 due to a throwing error and a hit by a pitch.
Richmond fouls away. Strike 2. Sierra Madre, California native, is the batter, Brian Richmond. And check that. It wasn't his last at-bat that he saw 9 pitches. It was his plate appearance back in the 3rd inning. Right now, trying to protect with 2 strikes. Connolly from the stretch. The 1-2 home is cut on and missed. Struck him out. The big curveball over top of it is Richmond, and back-to-back strikeouts for Connolly.
It's the biggest out of the game, and I hope I am right with that being the situation, because that ball in play, it's a run, no matter really where it is. Even if it's to O'Neill, it wasn't going to be hit hard at all, just due to the nature of the swing. So Sean Connolly, after hitting the batter, comes back and gets a couple outs. It's exactly how you want to fight.
Here's Schaefer at the plate. So far today has struck out and flied out his last 2 times. Below the zone is ball 1. Unicorns looking to make it to the bottom of the 7th with their 3-run lead intact. 7 runs on 8 hits today, now 3 errors. 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for Vermont. Way inside is ball 2.
Find a way, right? Just have an approach here. You're probably going to have a fastball. Put it in a spot where it cannot be hit hard. Schaefer hits the ball hard. A couple of flyouts that he just got underneath in that strikeout in the first, so probably put it away from him a little bit.
Schaefer out of Stony Brook in the righty box. He is swinging on the line. A bounce to short. Fiataroni waiting back. Snaps it across the diamond, and Sean Connolly works around the lead-off base runner. It is stretch time in Norwich. 7-4 for the home side here tonight. Unicorns Baseball streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
That's Logan on the left.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Just stretching here in Norwich, a 7-4 lead. Logan Rundy is standing by with some of our friends in the house here tonight at Dodd Stadium. As always, it's time for our fan experience interview of the night. Logan Rundy, down to you.
Guys, it's stretch time here in the 7th inning. Unicorns are up 7-4 here, looking to get another win at home. I'm here with Logan. I'm Logan. We have other Logan as well. It's Logan Q. Friends of Mike Menard. Our good friend who's up there. Wishes to Mike as he's up there working. Guys, I see you all the time a ton of energy. What makes that energy?
It's a community here, the fantastic entertainment, the great plays by the players. It's amazing to see them out there doing their thing.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun here at Dodd Stadium. Check it. To ask you a similar question, but not the same. What makes it so fun to be here, especially involved?
You know, I think it's just great that it's a cheap place for the family to hang out and all come and have fun, cheer on a team that's local, and just support the college players.
Absolutely. College for sure, especially as we get into Logan Cube taking over here on SNSN, the Futures League Network, and hopefully we got to see Unicorns win. Adam, Mike, back to you guys.
Logan Rundy, great as always. Our apologies with some of the microphone issues going in and out there. Great interview, though. Either way, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a new pitcher in the ball game for Vermont. Another one of their left-handers, number 44, Brett Gable, rising senior out of Harvard and Marlton, New Jersey. He snaps down there, ball one just below the zone. Gable, 5'9", 155 pounds. From the left side, working from the third base side of the rubber. Norwich with the huge 6th inning on the ground. Broke the bat of Fiatarone. Charging in is Shrake. His throw in plenty of time. And the leadoff man retired for Norwich here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Logan Rundy rejoins me right back here in the broadcast booth. Great job as always. The Logan Show.
I know, right? Honestly, good friends, as I mentioned, of Mike Monarski, one of which works with Mike very closely as he's up in Maine right now. Hopefully we're doing a good job taking over the reins here. Sea Unicorns doing a good job, up 7-4 here. Get a quick, unfortunate out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, but here Matt Park, who's been good lately, we've talked about him a lot, just trying to find a way, and Matt Park's done a good job of doing so far here in this one.
Park so far today for the Sea Unicorns has hit into a double play, has popped out to second base, is also lined out. He squared up that last one that he hit right on the screws, but a good play out there by Tyler Wiltsey in center field. Has been great defensively for Vermont despite the 5 errors combined. That's something we haven't seen all series. The defense was coming at a premium to begin this 3-game set tonight. It has translated into some offense for both sides. Good work, though, by Sean Connolly to work around that throwing error from his battery mate and had a runner on third and stranded him in the top of the inning. That's a huge run to keep off the board as Park waves and misses strike one.
Yeah, it's an off-balance swing for Park. When you're looking in that count, 3-0, you got to be balanced. You know a fastball is coming, but he was so far ahead. He was so eager. Right, it's all about the development, especially here in the summer. You're just trying to do things right, keep it consistent. And Matt Park has now started to hit the ball well. It's all about the timing as he rips one foul over by the pavilion. So, again, he hits that hard, right? I mean, you straighten that out, it's probably gone.
Gone.
He hit another one out in batting practice today. That's now 3 on the year. Just all about translation at this point.
Runs the count full. He just got that bat head out a little too quickly on a hanging breaking ball from Gable, the new arm in this ball game. The 3-2. That is chopped foul, and Park is fighting here with 2 strikes on him. Unicorns hoping to win this rubber match here today before they head back out onto the road for the next 3 games. Unicorns see the Worcester Bravehearts tomorrow night in the heart of the Commonwealth, back over there at Finn Field. Norwich 1-0 this summer in Worcester, and tied up and punched out is Park to begin the Norwich 7th inning.
Yeah, Worcester's having a big night tonight. I don't know if you saw, but Celtics legend Brian Scalabrine is at the game tonight, signing autographs for them. So what a cool moment. It shows, obviously, with the MLB scouts here, celebrities over in Worcester, that this league is just developing at an all-time high level. And, again, great talent, as you saw, again, 99 today on the mound from one of the Vermont relievers, which is just incredible, especially at this point in the year with the spring season already concluded.
2 up, 2 down for Gable here in this 7th inning. Fans, Sundays are fun days here at Dodd Stadium. It's the kids game. Following the game, all kids 12 and under can run the bases and head out onto the field to have a catch in the outfield, presented by New London Public Schools and Magnet Pathways. Always a lot of fun with our Sunday Fun Days here at Dodd Stadium. Our next one, you'll have to wait a little bit. It's July 19th. Those starts always at 1 o'clock local time. The Unicorns will meet with the Westfield Starfires on that Sunday Fun Day. The 2-0 back in the count is the left-hander Gable. Here's Carter Grand, the batter at the plate, now has hits in 4 straight games for Norwich, has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances, has drawn a walk his last 2 trips. 2-1. Wave and a miss. He went chasing the high heat, 2-2.
Yeah, it's all about mechanics. So a lot of the guys that have seen those off-speed pitches tonight from our side, mostly the lefties. However, Carter Grand got big there. What I mean by that is he's almost over-swinging, and he pulls everything out. So the head goes to shoulders. And now in 2-2, he'll sit back and probably drive something.
He cuts and misses. He went chasing that, a wipeout breaking ball, and it's a couple of strikeouts here in this 7th inning for Gable. Maneuvers the middle of the Norwich lineup. Go to the 8th. It's 7-4 Norwich on the Futures League Network. Watching live on YouTube, SNSN Sports. And we say hello to all of our friends watching on the Wax tonight as well.
Better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
Welcome back to Dodd Stadium here in Norwich, Connecticut. The home team, the Sea Unicorns, are up 7-4 here as we go to the 8th inning. Elijah Wells will take over on the mound. Had a good outing the last time out on Sunday when Westfield came into town. 3 innings, 3 strikeouts in those innings as well. And you're looking for a repeat inning here, Adam.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He earned himself Player of the Night honors with that effort. His best outing out of the Norwich bullpen. He did not pitch at all this past spring at Johnson and Wales. Battled some arm injuries, and he's starting to find himself, get back to full strength. Had a great conversation with him after that successful outing, and he's continuing to work on different shapes and pitch types and sequencing, and those are things you just cannot simulate when you're throwing a flat ground or a bullpen until you get a live batter in there in a real game. Well, that's a huge element. He goes way inside. It's 1-1. That was a huge outing for Wells, a guy that is fighting for his roster spot in the Norwich bullpen and hoping to really solidify it. And another strong outing from him, holding on to a 3-run lead in a hold situation. That would certainly go a long way for him. The 1-1 just missed outside. It's 2-1. Leadoff man up in the inning for Vermont is their left fielder, Jake Lopez. It's 3, 4, and 5 for Matt Fincher's side, hoping to rally back from a 3-run deficit for the second time tonight. Wells trying to hold them off. 2-1 in the air down the left field side. It's foul.
Yeah, it's a good comeback. The mechanics started to go a little awry for Wells there in those first 2 to 3 pitches. Even the strike that got called was not great mechanically. You got to find a way here to get the first out of the inning. Set the tone as soon as you come into the game, and especially for a guy that didn't pitch in the spring, sometimes you can emulate the game mentally, right? Whether it's, through game planning, whether it's through watching film, whatever that may be, and I think that's created a big advantage for him. As we've talked to him, right, he's really starting to feel comfortable. Obviously, 3 innings the other day, some of the most innings he's thrown in a while, right? Obviously didn't throw in the spring season, so it's been now months, not even a week since he's thrown that much. So try to find a way to get some rhythm here. He probably will not throw all 3 innings here. Flannery's down there, so might see him tonight. You probably don't even see him in the 8th inning. It's probably a hold, a setup, and then a close. That would be my assumption.
That's exactly what Norwich is hoping for right now. A leadoff walk has set the table. Jake Lopez is on. Here's the designated hitter, Hunter Strom. Fans, the Burns Agency. Let the Burns Agency simplify your insurance needs. Go to theburnsagency.com to find out more. The Burns Agency, now part of Hub International. First pitch home, that's the fastball. Misses up top for ball 1.
Can't fall off to that side. And Skitch is going to go out and make sure he's comfortable here. Just maybe a quick meeting, right? Missed on the majority of pitches so far, right? Got to find a way just to hone it in, right? I know I keep saying it, but you have to, when you have these advantages, especially at home, you're going on the road here for an extended period of time. You only have 1 home game until the 29th, and that's on the 22nd on Monday. All those road games piled up with the off day on Sunday. You have to find ways to win when you're comfortable. I understand it's got a reverse split so far this year. They're 5-3 on the road. But again, it's only going to get more difficult. Teams are still going to learn about you at this point of the season. And as they learn, they're going to get better, especially at home.
The final 6 outs, well, they only get harder the closer you get to the finish line. And right now, Zach Gitcher, the manager, trying to inject some confidence in his right-hander. Elijah Wells trying to shut down the Vermont offense. We're in the top of the 8th inning, a 7-4 Norwich lead. Wells, 5 feet 10 inches, 180 pounds, out of West Hartford, Connecticut. The 1-0. That's inside, 2-0. Just hasn't had a feel for his pitches.
It's all mechanics, honestly. You got to go straight up and down, straight back and forth. It's falling off. He almost fell over that time because he's so far left. Bend the knees a little bit, square your chest up, fire it to the plate.
Hitters count 2-0 to Strom. That's
much better
in there, and that's all balance.
All balance. Literally, it's all it is, right? And you said it. It's right through the heart of the plate. If you can find a way to now pinpoint that, that's what's going to be the challenge. It's around the plate. When you get more innings underneath your belt, you're going to find ways to get back into the zone and locate.
On 2-1, just inside, 3-1, and again, just a little tilted there on that delivery. Wells offers a 4-seam fastball, sinker, slider, and curveball combination. Right now, it's a fastball count is what the game is asking of him, but more importantly, hunting his first out of the inning. It's 3-1 on Strom. The pitch on the ground. Moving over, Fiataroni snaps it over to second, and that's going to be the only play Norwich will get. Grant was in a tough spot. He was stumbling as he went over the second base bag, and the Sea Unicorns forced out the lead runner. Aboard at first is Strom. Lopez retired.
Yeah, it was a golden chance there. However, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? I think it would have been probably a tough turn. May have had him with the base runner not being the fastest. Fiataroni just a little slow roller, didn't really charge it, which is a fine choice. You get one sure out and a smart choice by Carter Grand over at second base just to put it in the back pocket.
1-0 here on Thomas Moss. This is the 3rd consecutive batter. Wells has fallen behind 1-0. Working from the stretch, the 3-quarter rolled up Sox for Wells. The 1-0. That's taking good spot, and boy, that might have been his best delivery yet.
It probably was. In the first couple of bats in the inning here, you lose the sinker. So when you're falling off to your glove hand side, especially for right-handers, that sinker's going to hang over, so you have to eliminate it. Hopefully he throws it here a couple times just to keep hitters off balance. That was one of them.
Good changeup. Way out in front of it was Moss. Nothing in 2.
It's all about that tunnel, right? That changeup kind of goes in the same tunnel as the sinker. One's just harder than the other.
It's a ball and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting catcher Moss. The 1-2 home. That's taken. Good framework by Ayers. It was below the zone. Evens the count 2-2. Moss today has a couple of hits at an RBI double to the alley in left center field. That tied the game at 4. That was back in that monster 6th inning for Vermont. We're in the top of the 8th. One down, a man on. Wells working from the stretch. On 2-2, it is cut on and missed. Struck him out. Down by the way of the K is Thomas Moss. And Wells has found his second out in the 8th inning.
Yeah, absolutely has. And he's just battled. He's fixed on the fly. His mechanics, his mentality has been great, obviously, with that runner on. Big strikeout there, and it mirrored what Sean Connolly did in the previous inning. Hits a batter to start it, mentally and mechanically gets back into it.
Fastball creases the outer edge. Good support back there by Ayers. Looked more and more comfortable as the inning has gone on, working with Wells. First time those two working together. It's the center fielder, Tyler Wiltsey, who's had a big series against the Sea Unicorns, has 5 RBIs against Norwich. He doubled his last time. It's even 1-1. From the stretch, Wells, his pitch. Big curveball. That snapped in there. 1-2.
It's good mechanics, right? When you have that fastball working, you set that up for everything else. Now I expect, the slider, the changeup, or the sinker, right? He probably goes with the sinker to show him the same tunnel.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, that's outside. It runs the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a huge out for Norwich to get. Sean Flannery is scheduled to pitch the 9th inning. Unicorns protecting a 3-run lead. It would be a safe situation if the score holds up. On 2-2, up top, off-speed pitch, and not willing to chase is Wiltsey. Give him credit with his discipline right now. This is a big at-bat for Vermont. Down to their final 4 outs. On the move will be the base runner Strom. That gets away from the catcher Ayers. Digging for third is Strom. He's going to go in there standing. Boy, it was a spike 3-2 pitch. They just got away from Wells, and Ayers had no chance back there to try and block it. It's a 2-out walk, and the Lake Monsters have brought the tying run to the plate.
And you bring the tying run, and you don't need it all in this inning, right? You can spread it out if you'd like, right? Flannery will be extremely difficult, right, to deal with if you're Vermont. You already saw him once, right, on Monday night. Didn't stand a chance, to be frank with you. In the bullpen, I saw it coming as I was down there 3 Ks. Struck out the side, and you have to probably scratch 2, if not all of them. But Vermont's very disciplined as that ball is fouled off out of play by Henshin. You got to find a way just to put in play here. Let the Sea Unicorns press a little bit if you're on the Vermont side of it, right? Because they have in the past, and you see 3 errors on the board tonight. You put it in play, there's a good chance something good's going to happen for you if you're Vermont.
I have to wonder if they would think about sending their base runner Wiltsey, who's on at first, try and double steal. There he goes, the pitch. Ayers wisely holds onto it in his back pocket. It'll be catcher's indifference. And advancing 90 feet goes Wiltsey there at second and third, but with 2 outs. The Norwich defensive alignment will remain at standard depth. Just joining us, it's a 7-4 Norwich lead. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Lake Monsters threatening a pair in scoring position. From the stretch as Wells. 1-1 on James Henshin in the plate. The pitch outside 2-1. Fastball missing. Henshin today is grounded out to second, has popped out. Has also grounded out again over to the Norwich third baseman. And this has the attention of Henry Ayers in a hitter's count, 2-1.
This is going to be a tough situation. You're playing with 2 outs, which is nice. So all you really have to do is be around the zone. With a guy that hasn't been able to do much offensively, you kind of want him to put it in play. You're not really going for the strikeout in this situation, especially with the defense behind you and the way they are. All 4 infielders behind him are deep. The outfielders are about medium depth.
On 2-1. Inside 3-1. Henshin is a guy that really handled the bat well this past spring. Was named to the All-NESCAC first team this past spring at Tufts with the Jumbos. He hit over the 330 mark, a 337 hitter. Started 41 games for the Jumbos. Right now trying to deliver in a hitter's count. On 3-1. That's downstairs. He walked him, and the bases are loaded for Vermont in the 8th inning.
I think you got to think about going to the pen here. You got to try to find an out here. And it looks like Gitch is going to go to the pen. We'll see who it is here in a second, but Elijah Wells did a good job. Got a couple outs in the inning here. Now it's going to be the challenge here for whoever's coming in.
Norwich will go to the bullpen. We'll meet the new arm when we come back. Lake Monsters are threatening. They've loaded them up with 2 outs. Trailing by 3 is Vermont. Norwich trying to lock in the final out in the 8th inning when we return. Sea Unicorns Baseball streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Lake Monsters are threatening. They've loaded them up. Sea Unicorns make a pitching change before we get there. Logan Rundy will take us around our out-of-town scoreboard on this Wednesday night around the Futures League.
Absolutely. Westfield has the night off, so it'll be Nashua and New Britain down in New Britain. That game is tied at 5 as they go into the bottom of the 8th. Worcester dominating down at LeLacheur Park in Lowell, Massachusetts. They're up 10-0 in the top of the 5th inning. And obviously here, the Sea Unicorns are up 7-4 here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs.
Bases loaded for Vermont. They have them everywhere after consecutive walks issued by Elijah Wells. Norwich will turn the baseball over to the right-hander, Peter Glidden, out of Southern Connecticut State and Vernon, Connecticut. Glidden has been a go-to guy out of the Norwich bullpen as a 1.04 ERA. He has been lights out over 8 2/3 innings. Will make his 6th appearance of the summer for Norwich, 7 strikeouts as well. A 1-0 record for the Sea Unicorns, hoping to spot the final out in this 8th inning. Here is the 8th spot in the lineup for Vermont. Travis Stroh has grounded out, struck out, and been hit by the pitch.
Everything's almost downwards for Peter Glidden, whether it's the slider or the changeup. That fastball kind of moves downwards too. The arm angle in and of itself is a downward motion, right? He kind of throws it even higher than his ear, and he moves down. Generates a lot of strikes because you're kind of already going with gravity. So I expect him to be around the zone, but you got to be really careful.
No balls and 1 strike on Stroh. The pitch, that is fouled off. Glidden began the summer working 7 2/3 of shutout baseball, out his first earned run of the summer. That was his last time out right here on Monday night against the Lake Monsters, when a inning and 2/3 allowed the 1 run on 2 hits. Way ahead of Stroh, the 0-2 outside with the speed pitch, and wisely taking is Stroh. Also 3 strikeouts for Glidden in that Monday night performance against Vermont. He's ahead of Stroh, 1-2, trying to take care of a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs. From the stretch is Glidden. From the first base side of the rubber, it is taken on the outside corner. Froze him, struck him out, and the Sea Unicorns get out of it. They strand him loaded. Peter Glidden with a huge punch out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-4 Norwich on the Futures League Network and watching live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling For years, you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better.
So much better at Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better at Burns.
You buy better at Burns. You buy better.
Peter Glidden delivers in the clutch for Norwich. A huge strikeout to strand the bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning here tonight at Dodd Stadium. 7-4 Norwich out in front. Unicorns go back in action tomorrow. They're out on the road in the heart of the Commonwealth. And Logan, they send out Tyler Fahey to the rubber.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, 1-0 on the year, 9 into third innings, 9 hits, 2.89 ERA on 7 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. One of those earned runs came on Sunday against Westfield. His last time out had an inning pitch, a hit, and 2 hits in a run. Apologies for my mistake. So, again, trying to look for a little bit of a bounce back. He'll get the ball tomorrow.
Bullpen game continues for Vermont. Get to that in a moment. O'Neill on the first delivery into foul territory. It'll go skipping into the Norwich bullpen down the right side. New arm in the ball game for Vermont is the right-hander Brandon Rovinelli. Makes his second appearance of the series against Norwich. Just 5 feet 9 inches, 165 pounds. The right-hander out of Shelton, Connecticut, attends Columbia. So far this summer for Vermont, 6 innings worked, makes his 6th appearance of the season. As a save to his name is yet to allow an earned run. He's been sharp for Vermont, one of their back-end bullpen arms. He's ahead of O'Neill, the 0-1 downstairs. Good block back there by the backstop today. That is
I believe that's
Moss.
Moss, right?
Well, I think, want to make sure it's not 37. 1-1. Wave and a miss. Beating on the fastball is O'Neill. It's hard to tell with the catcher's gear. Is it 37, Tommy Popoff? Tommy Popoff is 37. It's hard to tell with the catching gear, but it is now Tommy Popoff doing the catching for the Lake Monsters. One of their defensive changes, and that was away from Popoff. He'll complete the strikeout, and Rovinelli takes care of Brandon O'Neill to begin the Norwich 8th inning.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? You kind of want to send your closer out there. It does look like Flannery is up in the pen. So having a guy, a little downward action from Flannery, he's going to have that sinker ball rocking. He's going to have the 4-seamer rocking. Sometimes he has a little 2-seam tail on it. Just kind of depends on the day, and, of course, that slider.
Here's T.J. Bayer at the plate. This is in the air out to left field. Hit it right on the button. Moving back, sizing it up, and making the catch on it is Jake Lopez. Boy, Bayer got his hands out and extended, but a good play out there in medium left field by Lopez. And quickly 2 up and 2 gone for the Unicorns against Rovinelli.
Yeah, it's a good at-bat from TJ. Attacks early and unfortunately just hit it to a guy out there. So that happens sometimes as Lopez was on the move. He can run out there too. So some outfielders, maybe that's a hit for TJ. Extra base hit that is as well, and he leaves it up for Calandrelli.
PC trying to keep this Norwich 8th inning alive as we head home tonight. Highway Campers, home is where you park it. That's the motto for Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Family owned since 1967. Camping season is here. Check out their inventory of new and used campers and park models at highwaycampers.com. Remember, home is where you park it. That's fouled away for strike two. Rovinelli has looked comfortable out of the Vermont bullpen once again this series. And he is way ahead of Calandrelli, 0-2. Flannery appears to be ready out of the Norwich bullpen. It's a save situation for him. He did not get a save in the victory for the Unicorns in the opener of this three-game set with a 7-3 lead upon his entrance. Tonight a little tighter. It's 7-4 for the home side. On 1-2, up top 2-2.
7 seems to be the magic number in this series. Obviously, Norwich put that up on Monday, won the game. Yesterday, Vermont did the same. And as it stands right now, Norwich has 7 on the board. So maybe that's the number they got to get to against this Vermont team. You got to score a lot of runs against them, and it's good to see at home that Norwich is doing that.
The 2-2. That was in on the hands. Good breaking pitch from Rovinelli. Boy, he's been in such control of the strike zone, has controlled at-bats. It's been a thing of beauty from the right-hander Rovinelli, trying to work a scoreless 8th inning and give his team a chance in the 9th.
He's done a good job all year. And Calandrelli looks good right now. I think he's looked better today than he has all year. He's really balanced. He's not been rewarded for it, but I think a lot of the swings he's putting on the ball have been really, really quality.
On 2-2, he swings and chases up top, struck him out. That'll wrap it up in this 8th inning. Norwich down in order. We go to the 9th. It's 7-4 Norwich. This is Unicorns Baseball. Streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
It's closing time in Norwich. It's the right-hander Jack Scholes who, in fact, get the baseball here as the Unicorns try and lock down a big victory here on a Wednesday night. So it is not Sean Flannery. The Unicorns go to the Catholic product, and Jack Scholes trying to lock it up. A big win here on a Wednesday night and take 2 of 3 from the Vermont Lake Monsters. Scholes has been so good for Norwich out of the bullpen. Look at the numbers for the Catholic University product. So far this summer has really worked well late in games, as a save as well for the Unicorns. That came against the Worcester Bravehearts. That game was back on Sunday, June the 7th.
University number 19, Jack Scholes. Scholes now pitching for Norwich. Leading off the top of the 9th inning for Vermont.
This is the 6th game on the summer for Scholes. Back in the booth I am, Mike Neville here, alongside the Plague Master, the great play-by-play man, Adam Plager.
Hey, I try my best.
The longest tenured broadcaster, might I add, in Sea Unicorns history, back for a 3rd season from the Gold Coast. Adam, good to have you back. Thanks for allowing me to come back.
Hey, thanks for coming back. It's always good to have you right here in the broadcast booth. The 0-1 up top, 1-1. Here's Patrick Shrake, a guy that really makes you work. And if there's a spot of the lineup you could handpick to kick it off, well, it's these two guys, Shrake and then Richmond, and then the top of the order for Vermont. as dangerous as they come. Scholes trying to solve them. The 1-1 on the outside corner, and it is ruled for strike 2.
And Scholes already pitched against these Lake Monsters in the win on Monday. He went 1 1/3, and he struck out 2.
The 1-2 off the end of the bat. Defensive swing from Schrake fouls it back. A 1.50 ERA for Scholes over 6 innings. The 6th appearance out of the Norwich bullpen for Jack Scholes, the man they call Nails at Catholic University. You can't preach those back-end late-inning arms that come in with an edge. Wave and a miss. Patrick Schrake goes fishing, and Scholes strikes him out for the first out in the 9th inning.
Scholes looking to get the Sea Unicorns the rubber match of this 3-game series. And as we mentioned, Adam, the Futures League is like the wild, wild west. With the Starfires not playing today, they are 9-10 on the year, although the Sea Unicorns do own the tiebreaker against them. Nashua lost today, so the Sea Unicorns can actually move into 4th place from 6th place with a win here today.
It would be a big win for this group. Norwich trying to hunt down their 8th win of the season. It's 1-0 on Richmond. He's taking the whole way. It's outside, 2-0 out of Cal Poly Pomona is Richmond, one of the bright bats in the top of the lineup card for Matt Fincher. Always can see him in a leadoff spot role. The 2-0. He sends this out to left field. Going to be a tough play out there. Williamson on the run. He makes the grab. And Jack Scholes has Norwich an out away from a big win on a Wednesday night. What a read off the bat by Williamson. That was hit right on the money by Richmond to the opposite field, and Williamson came crashing in a heartbeat to make the play on it.
And Williamson has done it all for the Sea Unicorns this series. Of course, the Futures League player of the night on Monday. He had his 7th RBI tonight and has done it all on offense and defense for the Sea Unicorns, and has really done good for them as they look to close out this night here at Dodd.
1-0 on Schaefer. He's the final hope tonight for Vermont. Hitters count 2-0. Scholes has a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider, and changeup combo. Trying to roll a perfect 9th inning here tonight. It's 2-0 on Schaefer. On the outer black, back in the count is Scholes. Schaefer tonight has been caught looking, has flied out a couple of times and has grounded out to Fiataroni, the Norwich shortstop. On 2-1, down and away, 3-1. On deck for Vermont is there going to be a pinch hitter for them. That would be Elias Huber out of Germany. He's the guy that they want to send the baton to if this game were to continue. And the Lake Monsters down to their final strike. It's a full count on Schaefer, 3-2 on the Lake Monsters' 3rd baseman. Norwich trying to tie a bow here tonight here at Dodd Stadium. On 3-2, it is fouled back. Boy, reaching out to get a piece of it is Schaefer. I mean, give him credit. He went a long way to expand his zone to keep this game alive.
And even though these Lake Monsters are down 3 in the 9th, they still fight, and that's why they are in 1st place.
The 3-2 again. It is cut on and missed. Struck him out. Say goodnight to the Lake Monsters. The Sea Unicorns take 2 of 3 from the 1st place Vermont Lake Monsters here in this 3-game set. Boy, what a ride it was here tonight. Punch for punch tonight. The Sea Unicorns jumped out early, took a 4-1 lead, and then all of a sudden, things went awry in that 6th inning. The Lake Monsters are up for 3, and the Norwich punches right back in the bottom of the 6th inning with 3 of their own and hold on to win it tonight 7-4. It's win number 8 of the summer, and with that win, the Sea Unicorns close back in to the playoffs.
That's right, Adam. Back in 4th place. The playoff hunt is on. We're already 3/4 of the way through the season. As you said, Adam, say goodnight to the Lake Monsters. Norwich is going to sleep soundly tonight, knowing that they got their 3rd win of the season here at Dodd, and let me tell you, it was much deserved.
Much deserved win. Eric Mathewson set the tone and the bullpen supported him throughout the rest of the night. The bats picked him up. T.J. Bayer was one of those bats here tonight. He had 3 hits today for the, check that, 3 RBIs today for the Unicorns. He is waiting down field level with our team reporter, Logan Rundy. Logan.
Test.
Take it away.
Hey guys, here I'm with TJ Bayer. Another 3 RBIs. We're talking the bats are going to come. The series wins are going to come. What was your approach individually at the plate tonight?
Yeah, just hit the ball hard, kind of simplify. You know, they got a great pitcher out there. He's throwing really hard. Just got to simplify the game and just hit it hard.
Yeah, keep it simple, right? Did the 8 hits on the board tonight overcome some adversity as well, right? Sunday, you start the homestand off with a loss, right? You come back on Monday, right? Get another win, lose last night, up and down the season. But what does it mean for this series to get 2 out of 3 from the Lake Monsters?
Yeah, it's great. They're a great team, and we fought really hard tonight. We played complete baseball, and the wins are going to keep coming.
Absolutely. They're going to keep coming, especially you play like this. They take 2 out of 3 against the Lake Monsters. They take a 500 series on the road. They'll be on the road tomorrow at Worcester. But until then, Adam and Mike, back to you.
Great work, Logan Rundy down there with tonight's Unicorn player of the game, T.J. Bayer. Can't say enough good things about him. Timely hits here tonight as the Unicorns post a big win on a Wednesday night. Pick up their 8th win of the summer, their 3rd here at Dodd Stadium. Take a moment, step aside. The Unicorns post-game wrap-up is up after this on the Unicorns Futures League Network and streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better.
It's safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
With Jewett City Savings Bank's free access checking account, you get everything you need to take control of your money, including mobile banking, mobile check deposit, and a contactless debit card with mobile wallet. Add a high-yield savings account for even more control. Stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com to open your account today. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
against that team on the other side, it goes such a long way.
That's right, Adam. And you know what I said early on this game, that mark your calendars. June 17th, 2026 is when the hunt for 4 is back on for Norwich. It's been some rough tides here at home, but Norwich able to take 2 out of 3 against arguably the best team in the Futures League right now has got to help your confidence. And boy, let me tell you, it all started with Eric Mathewson. Coming out of the bullpen from what his usual spot is, he got the start today, his first ever start in a Sea Unicorn uniform, and that's 2 years in now. He came right after the Lake Monster batters, and he really set the tone for the offense to do what they do best, and that's hit well.
That was a great night from Eric Mathewson. Let's roll the tape on the night from Eric Mathewson. Controlled the strike zone. He got ahead early in counts, but boy, does he bring so much energy every time he's on the mound.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's got a 3-pitch mix, and he just came right after these Lake Monster hitters. You saw him making them look silly up there. He got out of some big spots, too. I liked what I saw from him, and I think he earned him a spot in this rotation going forward.
He certainly did. His longest outing in the summer, but more importantly, it was his most effective outing in the summer. Silenced the Vermont offense to 1 hit over those 3 innings. He struck out 3, didn't walk anybody. I mean, that is a textbook start. You can't give up free bases to that offense. You saw what happened. When you walk a couple of guys, a guy gets hit by a pitch, you don't make them earn it, and they do make you pay. They did tonight in the 6th inning. We'll get to that as we go through tonight's game story, but either way, when you have a starter set the tone the way he did, you're going to give your team a chance to win, and tonight they did.
And then the fact that he didn't go super deep into the game proves that he might be able to be thrown back into a game in just a couple of days. You know, we got Worcester coming up, of course. Next week, these Sea Unicorns are going to see these very same Vermont Lake Monsters. And boy, let me tell you what, they're going to be hunting for some revenge. But I think that the way Norwich played today, they might have been the kryptonite for the Lake Monsters so far. I mean, taking 2 out of 3, like I said, once again, versus the hottest team in the league, that's got to help your confidence. What we saw today was a full Sea Unicorns team. We got 8 hits just like last night, except the runs started piling on.
Timely hits.
And that's exactly what we saw. I mean, for instance, T.J. Bayer in that inning where we got those 2 runs off of that single into left field right through the infielders right off of McCarthy, who we had a lot of scouts here to watch today too. So I felt like that really set the tone. If you're going to be able to get hits off of a guy like that, then the train is just going to keep on rolling, and that's what we saw.
Well, the train was rolling for Norwich here today. T.J. Bayer delivers that big hit for Norwich with a couple of outs against Caden McCarthy, and boy, was he carving up the Norwich bats. Broke a couple of bats, and boy, 97-99 tonight. There's a reason why he is a prized prospect out of Vermont. Certainly headed to be drafted in the MLB draft in a couple of weeks, but T.J. Bayer delivers in the clutch tonight to, at the time, give the Sea Unicorns the 3-1 lead.
Absolutely. That single up the middle, he put the ball right where he needed to. And then, obviously, on defense, too, he was phenomenal. He made that shoestring catch early on in the game. We thought that he trapped it. We didn't even think that he got it because it looked like one of those video game-type plays. Boy, let me tell you what, we're going to take a look at it right here. Slide in, boom. Beautiful catch by Bayer. Got to be a top Sports Center play in my book, honestly. But in our book here, I'm going to say that that's the difference maker in today's game. And, of course, those 3 RBIs really secured the win for the Sea Unicorns.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He came up with some big plays today. And then let's go into the 6th inning because things got a little squirrely there. It got dicey. Was a 1 point, a 4-1 Norwich lead, boy. You give the Lake Monsters some extra chances. They made them pay, and Tyler Wiltsey once again delivered a big hit, and all of a sudden it was tied at 4.
Yeah, those back-to-back doubles really stunned Norwich, especially with 2 outs. We saw that error by the first baseman, Park, and traditionally what we've seen this summer at Dodd at least is when errors occur, more runs will follow. And we did see that today, of course. We saw that 3-run 6th inning by the Lake Monsters. Although the good news is that the Sea Unicorns did not hang their heads. They kept on firing back each and every at-bat, and they ultimately got the win. They picked each other up, and that's why we won today.
Yeah, no doubt about it, because Norwich punches right back in the bottom of the 6th inning. It was a response inning we had yet to see all summer, answering back after giving up a big inning. Anytime you give up 3 or more runs, classified as a big inning, and Norwich had a big inning of their own, punch right back with 3, restore their lead, and they let the bullpen take care of the rest.
And this is a fun team to watch once again. I mean, it was a little concerning. We were all about to jump off ship, I think, early on. But what we saw today, the Sea Unicorns team looks like a playoff team again. And I know we keep on saying playoff, but we're already almost halfway through this season. I mean, I said it since day one. This league will get away from you if you allow it. Norwich right back in the hunt, just 4 games out of first place and a game out of that elusive playoff spot. They move into the 5th spot in the Futures League right now, just behind the 9 and 10 Westfield Starfire. So a chance to catch them this coming week, and we got a big weekend of baseball too. Of course, it's going to be quite some time before we're back here at Dodd. We'll only have 2 games in the next 2.5 weeks, but I think that the Sea Unicorns are finally going to start to miss home, but they're going to do great on the road, I'm sure.
They're going to need to. They're back on the road tomorrow against the Worcester Bravehearts. See the Bees as well. That's on Friday. Worcester again on Saturday. Day off Sunday, right back here at Dodd Stadium on Monday. We'll take our first time out, though, on the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up. On the other side, we will meet today's Capital Property Group Player of the Game, break down the final totals, and get you ready for the upcoming road trip. It's up after this on the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up.
Rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great part.
Back here in the broadcast booth, Adam Plager, Mike Neville with you. It's the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up, a 7-4 win over those first-place Vermont Lake Monsters. And how about it, T.J. Bayer is your Capital Property Group Player of the Game. What a night by him. You said it, the offense, the defense, he had the full package.
And he was the first spark plug for the Sea Unicorns early on in this game. He was the entire offense for Norwich up until the 5th inning, but he scored the first 3 runs for Norwich, the first 3 RBIs. Complete 3 RBI game. He had that ground out, his first at-bat, which scored a run, and then, of course, that big 2-run triple off of the hottest prospect in the Futures League in McCarthy. That felt really good for him. That supercharged the offense, and we got the result that we saw based off of that.
No doubt about that at all. The winning pitcher tonight is Adam Carpenter. The loss to Isaac Jensen, and Jack Scholes locks up the save. A big one here tonight. The Sea Unicorns take 2 of 3 from the Vermont Lake Monsters. Get ready to head out on the road. They see the Worcester Bravehearts tomorrow night from Fitton Field. It's Tyler Fahey who takes the mound tomorrow night for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. A big start for him as Norwich looks to keep the good times rolling back on the road tomorrow night.
You know, Tyler's a good guy to throw on the mound. He's got just under a 3 right now for his earned run average. He's striking out, I think it's like 9 guys on the year, so he'll come right at you, and he's exactly the kind of guy that you want to throw out there against Worcester in a very, very, very home run hitter ballpark. I mean, you can pull one out of Fitton Field pretty easily, but if I'm going to put a guy on the mound, I'm going to go with Tyler Fahey. Let's take a look at his numbers. He's 1-0 on the year through 9 innings, 9 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts, and 3 earned runs. So he's had a very good season so far. I think he's going to continue with the good times tomorrow and make it 2 wins in a row for Norwich.
Sea Unicorns looking to get a little closer to 500 tomorrow night. They helped themselves out tonight. Win number 8 of the summer. Adam Carpenter gets the win for the Sea Unicorns. Take 2 of 3 from Vermont. 2 of 4 on this homestand here. It's win number 3 of the summer in the Rose City. Sea Unicorns look to keep the good times rolling tomorrow night. Have the pregame coverage for you. 6:20 audio coverage in Worcester, Massachusetts. 6:30 the first pitch tomorrow night. Sea Unicorns go for win number 9 tomorrow. This game here today wrapping up in 2 hours and 52 minutes. For all of our broadcast crew, Nick DeRue, our broadcast producer and engineer, Evan Olenson, Mark Benway on the cameras, our team reporter Logan Rundy, as always my broadcast partner Mike Neville. I'm Adam Plager saying so long and good night. The Sea Unicorns win it 7-4 on a Wednesday night.
huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit